Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Woke Witch Tarot for another pick a card reading. I hope that by the time that you watch this video that you're doing well. I want to thank you so much again for joining me here on the channel. If you are new here, welcome. Welcome to the family, okay? I wanted to start by explaining this video very quickly. As you know by the title, we are here today to discuss how to seduce the person that you are thinking about. Now, I'm going to get it out of the way, okay? Because you know how we roll here. The purpose of this video is not to get you to change yourself for anybody. I often say on this channel that if the cost of a relationship is yourself, then the cost of that relationship, be it a coworker, a family member, a friend, a lover, is too high. So that's not what we're focusing on today. The purpose of this video is to help you along. If you do have a crush on somebody, if you do want to figure out what is this person into, what stimulates them, right? This is the video for that. Kind of gives you a bit of a leg up, but more than that, it helps you to understand the individual that you are dealing with. I think that this is a great video too, to help you to see if perhaps you are or are not compatible with this person. If you understand that they're into certain things, right? Then you might say, ooh, that's very different than my love language, or how it is that I show affection, or what it is that I am interested in. So please keep that in mind when you watch the video. I also want to note that when I talk about seducing somebody, I'm not talking about lying to them or manipulating them in some way, okay? We always want to use our powers, whether they are powers of seduction, power of manifestation, right? The power of any gifts that we have in a positive way and for the highest good. So with that said, I've got 4 piles for you to pick from. As you know, these readings are all general readings, so they're not going to resonate with everybody. If you would like a personal reading, you can reach out to me on my website at wokewitchtarot.com, and I would be happy to help you with that. 4 piles. I'd like for you to take a moment, right? Even if you need to pause the video, to really get a picture of this individual in your mind. Now, it's very important that you picture them, okay? Because oftentimes we put ourselves too much in the mix, and we end up picking piles that might explain who we are or what we're into versus what they might be into, okay? So take a moment. Think about this person, envision them very clearly in your mind. Look at a picture of them if it helps, and pick from pile 1, 2, 3, or 4 on which one will resonate with how it is that they would like to be courted, okay? Again, pile 1, 2, 3, or 4. When you have the pile and you're ready to move forward, feel free to fast forward to the times that I have listed on the upper left-hand corner, or to click down below in the pinned comments on the time for your particular pile. That will shoot you straight over to the pile that you've picked. I will see you on the other side of whichever pile you've chosen. All right, if you picked pile number 1, then this is the reading for you on how it is to seduce the person that you are thinking about. Let's get started here, okay? Card number 1, hostilities and action. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, pile number 1, I'm going to need you to keep an open mind here for a second, okay? This person wants things at a fever pitch in their life when it comes to love and when it comes to passion, okay? What I'm feeling here is they want to reach a breaking point. They want that view of love that is dramatic and cataclysmic. Now, I want to be clear, okay? I'm not talking about struggle love here. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about a passion with this particular individual that's like, let's throw all of the dishes off of the kitchen table, okay? And do it right then, right there, right now. This is the kind of energy that I'm talking about, where a love feels like it's constantly at a boiling point, okay? This person wants passion, 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 passion. The more passionate that you are about your life, about your interests, about what it is that you're going after in your life, the more likely this person will be interested in you. Now, it's not enough to talk a passionate game. You have to back it up with action. As we see here, hostilities, this person likes the idea of feeling like they are in an ocean of emotion, right? Like they are being tossed left and right. They like this type of constant movement, constant action, a constant loving of one another, and a remembrance that, yeah, this is the person that I'm passionate about, and they are passionate about me. This person wants to be smothered with love and with passion, okay? With action here, I get very much a sense that it's not all about what you say, it's about what you do. There are a lot of people in the world that talk about all of the things that they're going to do. And then there are those people that talk about nothing and yet do quite a bit. And this is the kind of energy that your person is interested in, okay? I don't normally focus on numerology, but I can't help but to note that this is card number 26, breaking down to an 8. Very much feels like the 8 of Wands to me. This sense of like constant arrows flowing through the air, heat, passion, right? Constant movement in that passion. This person wants to talk all the time about the things that are interesting to you, the things that are motivating to you. What I'm getting here, here's what they're telling me. What motivates you to get up in the morning? This person wants to know these things. If you were to start a conversation with them, one of the ways to kind of throw them off kilter, right? To make them say, whoa, 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 there's somebody different in my atmosphere now. This person is different than the rest, is to ask them, what motivates you to get up in the morning? Okay, this idea of passion, of getting up enthusiastically to chase the day. These are the things that really, really motivate this particular individual. We also have Red Garden. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Hot, hot, hot. Okay. They like things hot. This person might even be into like spicy foods. Okay. They might like to put all the sriracha, all of the hot pepper sauce on their food. They want heat in their life, okay? Clearly, they want heat in the bedroom here. You've got Red Garden and Rose Garden. They might even like the color red. The reason that I say that is because we're talking about all this fire, right? We're talking about all this passion. And with this idea of hostilities, right? Like the idea of let's go to war with one another. let's go to emotional war with one another. Let's make love in a way that like we both feel like we've won and we've been defeated at the end of this interaction, right? Let's love each other in a way that is thrilling and scary and exciting and exhausting, right? I almost get the sense of if we're not exhausted by our love, by our lives at the end of the day, then we perhaps didn't do that day right, okay? The reason why I say red might be a favorite color of this person is because I get so much about power here, okay? Even like red roses, okay? They're so delicate, they're so beautiful, but there's a punch of color, there's an attitude here, and this person likes that. They like red in their life. They like red women, red men, that are full of flame, that are full of desire, that they're not like the laid-back lifestyle kind of person. They're a person that wants to go up and go and get it. It doesn't matter what you're going to get, as long as you're motivated to go and do that, okay? This person also likes the idea of, I'm getting like perhaps a little bit of taboo passion, okay? They might like the idea of tying somebody up, right? Roles in which power is flexed. And that's universal, right? Back and forth, not them having all the power, not you having all the power. Some days you come in with a whip and some handcuffs, right? And the next day they perhaps come in with a tie to tie your hands to the bed. There's power dynamics here. They like powerful people. This doesn't mean you have to be the CEO of a company, but at a minimum, right? You understand your own internal power and you're not afraid to flex that power, okay? We also have treasure your loved ones, and love makes the difference. Yeah, as I said, okay, this person, I feel very strongly, they like the idea of being kind of smothered. They want you to hold them here, okay? They want you to do this in a way that it elicits power, right? I'll give you an example. If you were to tell this person, are you texting other people? Are you talking to other people? If their response to that is yes or no, right? Regardless, you responding with, well, I don't want you talking to other people because you belong to me now. This would turn this person on. This would get this person excited. This idea that you're taking on this power and you're basically saying to this person, you're mine, right? And I have the confidence to say that to you. They might giggle a little bit out of nervousness, but at the end of the day, this subtle power that you have no problem flexing, they would find this very, very attractive, okay? Now, another way that I feel that this person is stimulated, right, is through bold color. So if you were to dress in a way that has bold reds, colors that contrast very highly with one another, right? This person would notice you from a visual perspective, okay? Instead of wearing the black lingerie, actually that's a bad example because black is kind of a powerful color, right? But something red or yellow, right? Lime green or something like that. This person would be like, whoa, that color, I'm attracted to that color because it's different, because it's unique, because it stands out. Because you have to be a person with a certain level of confidence to pull that off. Red lipstick, right? I'm trying to think of an example for my guys here. A red coat instead of if you go to a black tie affair, right? Wearing a red suede jacket instead of one that is the typical black. This would stand out. This says power. This says I'm confident. This says I'm different. I live my life according to the flame in myself versus doing the mundane, doing what everybody else is doing. I stand out, okay? I'm special. So treasure your loved ones here. They want you to hold them down like a cocoon. They almost want you to kind of obsess over them. Again, this energy of hostility, of cataclysmic connection, okay? They want you to suffocate them, metaphorically, of course, okay? And then love makes the difference. As I said, it's not all about talk. You have to back it up. Okay. So for example, if you say, oh, I'm a bad bee, right? And then you go to a movie theater or something like that, and you're timid and afraid to ask for popcorn or to, right? These actions do not line up with this idea of power. So you can't just fake it till you make it with this person. You have to actually work your way up to this red dominant type of energy, okay? Now I want to warn you here because I just got this, okay? There's a sense here that this type of power has to be wielded with respect, with dignity, okay? It's not about going on the gram and talking about how great you are. It's about doing the things with your actions instead of your words. So if you're bragging about yourself, there's a difference between bragging and doing, okay? This person isn't looking for the partner that screams that they're the best, the loudest in the room. They are looking for the partner that does like they're the best, okay? So if you don't feel this confidence, right? If you don't feel this power within you, then any attempt I'm getting, right, to shout that to the rooftops to make it look like you do, they'll be able to see through that. Even here, right, there's a sense here that this lady is a bit exposed here, right? And they'll be able to pull this down. They'll be able to see through this and see your naked self, if you will, if you try to kind of fake this action instead of actually doing it, okay? I notice here on this particular card, it says love can help heal past hurts and provides a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. They're looking for that. Somebody that is secure in themselves, that has a high level of self-worth, and that believes that they are important in the world, okay? Regardless of what it is that you're doing. We also have the Ten of Wands here. Another thing, this person could be physically active, right? They could like somebody that is also shares a love of running, of feeling exhausted during the day, right? Think of like T25 workouts or workouts that are quite body centric, where you're working with your own body weight. It's almost like what they would call like the 300 workout, right? There's a sense here of them liking to move, okay? So time to get off the couch, right? To work on your fitness, because I feel like fitness is an important part of this particular person's life. We have the 10 of Wands, the Knight of Wands. We have the 2 of Wands. Oh, yeah. You know what's coming to me? The 8 of Pentacles here, the 4 of Swords, the Devil card, oof, and the 9 of Swords. Okay, the thing that came to me here at the center is that song, Under Pressure. Under Pressure. I'm not going to sing because I wouldn't do that to you, pile one. You're too lovely for me to hurt you in that way, okay? I got a voice, but for some reason I can't sing. I'm like, what the hell, right? Like, you'd think, right? For somebody that can, that everybody says like, oh, I love your voice, it's so soothing. I cannot sing. I don't know what that's all about. But anyways, I digress. This Under Pressure, this is what I feel that they want. Because this idea of these chopsticks, right? It's like they're holding these wands like chopstick, right? First, they like the idea of you dangling them, dangling life, right? You're the puppet master. You are the holder of the power. You understand that you wield the power in your hands to make the world dance on a string for you. If you want a very clear, I'm going to put a song down below for you, pile number one. If you want a clear embodiment of this energy, it's an older song, but it's a good one, trust me, of what this person is looking for in your personality, right? Perhaps even singing this song will help you build your own self-confidence, right? It's, I believe it's called World on a String, or I've Got the World on a String, or something like that. But, that is what energy I'm getting here. Under pressure, they want you to squeeze them. They want you to make them feel like they're at a fever pitch and they're about to burst at all times, okay? This includes withholding of sex, withholding of intimacy. Some people would think, oh, that's a game, or that's no. This person actually values passion being resisted, because that breeds even more passion. That brings you to a breaking point in intimacy where when you finally do get it, it's like, it's not awkward, it's not weird, it's almost animalistic the way you rip each other's clothes off, okay? So this person wants to be squeezed. They want to feel pressure. They want to feel pressured, I think, by you as well. But also this idea of power, okay? That song basically says, I've got the world on a string. I think she says, sitting on a rainbow, got that string around my finger, okay? There's a sense here of, I am the one that is in a position of power. This is what they want you to feel like, okay? I don't have to say it, but of course we've got a lot of wands here. We've got a lot of fire, and we've kind of discussed that they're constantly looking for that. They want you to break them. Okay, I'm getting like, break me in 10 delicious pieces, okay? This person wants a praying mantis. Now that doesn't mean to hurt them. That doesn't mean to hurt them emotionally, okay? Physically, maybe just a little bit. Okay, I'm just gonna tell it how I see it, okay? Because I could see this person liking to be bound, liking to be maybe slapped around a little bit, right? With the 10 of Wands, perhaps liking the idea of a good spanking from time to time, or like giving you a spanking from time to time, right? Depending on what you're both into. Okay, a little bit of nails digging into the back, a little bit of pain, some biting perhaps, right? With the 10 of Wands here. But I see this as that breaking point, okay? They want to feel the weight of your love, not just going through the motions. Like, if your love doesn't feel like, man, if I don't have this, I'm gonna fiend for it, right? Like an addict almost. They want that. Now, Knight of Wands, if ever there was a card about like cataclysmic passion, right? This person likes when you're assertive. They like when you go for what you want. They also like when you talk that sweet talk, power talk, okay? Power talk, when you talk from a position of, you're mine, right? If you were talking about intimacy, for example, if they were to say something like, I fantasize about being intimate with you. If you were to respond with something like, honestly, I don't know. I don't know if you'd survive it, right? There's a sense of confidence here, right? Like I might break your back, old man or old woman, or right, even if they're not old, right? There's a sense of you like challenging them a little bit here, okay? Of you teasing them, teasing your strength to them. Again, that's not just physical strength. That is passionate strength. Like my passion will overwhelm you. I don't know if you're really made for that kind of passion, right? This teasing, this thing that gets them to like, no, 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 I am like, hold on a second, young man, young lady, right? Based off of who was watching this, right? I can rise to that challenge, right? Now, with the devil card here, lots of sex. This person likes sex. They like dark sex, okay? They like smoke a cigarette after we're done type of sex. Even if you don't smoke, you can pretend, right? There's a sense here that this person wants like the type of sex that where you guys are ripping each other's clothes off, okay? If you have a set of clothes that you really enjoy, buy a second pair, okay? Because you might not be able to find it again, and this person might tear those clothes, okay? So have a backup just in case, because there's something so like ravishing about the type of intimacy and passion that they're looking for. I also can't help but to notice here this idea of hands tied again, right? With the devil card, this idea of being shackled, of being bound, of having pressure, of having weight on you. This is the kind of person, I'm just going to say it, right, that would like adore the idea of you like sitting on their face, okay? This pressure, this complete smothering, not just with your words, not just with your actions, right, but with your actual body too, okay? We also have the Nine of Swords. Some people, right, when they say I'm looking for love, they look for peaceful love, right? They look for love that is calm, that is balanced. This person wants stress. They want their love to stress them out a little bit, okay? Not in a way that's toxic, but in a way that's exciting. This is what they're looking for. Keep me up at night. Okay, keep me up at night with the Nine of Swords here. Give me nightmares if I can't have you, and give me wet dreams if I can. Even if we've been together for 9 years, I still want to have dreams where I'm afraid to lose you. I still want to have the fear of you rejecting me. I still want to be on my toes here. I want you constantly like creeping up on me with the thought of this relationship. And with your power, with how much it is that you devour me. Like even in my dreams, I want you devouring me here with the Nine of Swords, okay? This also speaks to the fact that they don't mind putting the work in, right? With the Eight of Pentacles here, to stay up all night. This is endurance physically, okay? This person likes to have that smothering, let's shackle ourselves to one another, sweaty, hot love for hours, right? This is a multiple times in one night kind of person, okay? One that is very, very much connected physically, right? With this sense of closeness, okay? Even if it's just something like holding hands, the way that you hold hands, you might like take your nails into them as you hold their hands or something like that. They like that feeling of heat, even in something as simple as holding hands, biting their lip a little bit when you kiss them, right? They want to feel that pressure, okay? They want to feel a little bit stressed. As I had mentioned, the idea of scratching here, I can see that here with these red lines. It's almost like claw marks, right? They want the mark of the beast on them here with the devil card, okay? Four of Swords here. Now, as I said, this is not to say that you have to be the loudest person in the room. In fact, that is a sign for them that they need to run the other way. The Four of Swords, they want you deeply contemplative of your power, not the person in the room that's screaming, I'm powerful, I'm powerful. I always say true strength is quiet, right? The quietest person in the room by weak people, by weak people is seen as the weakest link in the room. When in reality, those that actually have power, right? When I walk into a room and I see a quiet person in the corner, I know that's the most dangerous person in this room, okay? That's the person that has the most power because they have the most restraint. It's not about being shy. It's about knowing their own personal power and not having to clamor it out to the world. Usually, right, in life, the people that brag the most are the people that do the least. And the people that are quiet like this are the ones that really kind of show out, okay? And this is what this is saying here. This person too wants you to make love to their mind, okay? We had mentioned the Knight of Wands, the Two of Wands, this idea of even the Eight of Wands, right? Of communication, of passionate communication. This person is looking for something where you are talking naughty, okay? Naughty and power all mixed into one. They want you to bring them to their mental knees with your redness, with your power, with your lust, okay? I want to, let's go over some signs really quickly. Now, we do have some Cancer here. Okay, this action card reminds me of the Chariot here. We also have a Capricorn here with the Devil card, okay? So they could be one of these signs, or you could be one of these signs. It doesn't have to be the case, but if this resonates on a deeper level, this could be secondary confirmation for you that you've picked the right pile, you or them, okay? First, let me actually get some initials out for you, okay? To see if we can get some initials for this person or any keywords. Dropped one. Let's see, where did that go? Okay, sorry about that. Alrighty. R-A-Z-E. I get T's very, very strong here. I also get like hazing here, okay? Like this person likes to be teased. They like to be hazed. They like for you to make jokes that like, it's like, is that a joke, right? Where you're like, yeah, I might be a little too strong for you in the bedroom. You should find someone weaker, right? They're like, oh, is that a challenge or is that a rejection, right? Either way, I want more, right? They like when you kind of joke with them in this way, okay? We have RAZETSEOJIEENFIOI. We have fire here quite strongly, right? Fire and this idea of desire, okay? Fires. I also got that like hazing from this. I know the H isn't here, but it popped into my head pretty strongly here, okay? I see feet here, which is quite interesting, right? As I said, there's something a little bit taboo about what this person is into sensually. There's a sense here that they might be into something like a little bit of bondage, a little bit of being tied, right? We have tie and ties here in the tiles as well. We also have seen, this kind of brings me back to this idea of color, right? The bolder color, the more that they're like, whoa, this is a different person than what it is that I'm used to, okay? Now, this is kind of interesting, but I see tase and like taser here. This is like electric shock. Like they always want to feel like you're defibrillating them, basically, okay? They want to feel like your love is like a bolt of electricity through the system, okay? Very, very interesting. Let's see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Obviously, there's a million different word combinations that you can come up with here with the tiles. I'm just trying to focus on what stands out to me immediately. fate is here, okay? Fate and fates. Perhaps you feel, right, that there's something intermingled between both of your fates here, and that you're fated to be in a connection with this person, okay? Very, very interesting. This is funny. Jones, right? And Jonesin. I had mentioned this idea of like feeling addicted to this person, even here with the Devil card, right? Nine of Swords, Ten of Wands, like this feeling of like, even in the dreams, there's a sense, right, of being connected with them, of never being able to let them go, of being smothered by them. This is the kind of person that this is the kind of love that this person is looking for. One of the things that might connect you is fitness, right? Because I had mentioned this idea of exercise, and fitness is almost here in the tiles as well. I also see affection, right? Like fiery affection here, lots of attention, okay? Fitness, right? I see too history. History, if you were looking for a subject to talk to this person about, right? Like, what would they be interested? I feel like history is certainly something that they would find interesting, particularly history of medieval times, of like famous wars and things of that nature, okay? This person too, if you were to say, you know, I'm thinking of starting my own business, right? This is the kind of the path that I'm thinking of going down. Do you have any experience with this? What's your opinion? Asking them for their opinion, almost like recognizing, right? Like, I see a power in you, and I kind of want to, I'm telling you that I trust your power by asking you for your opinion on these things. I feel like you're doing, you're engaging them on two different fronts there, okay? The first is from a sense of, I am stepping into my power. I'm going to be self-sufficient, or even if it's not your own business, a different career path or something like that, right? To say, right, I'm taking action to control my own destiny. I've been thinking about this. What are your thoughts? It shows them that you're motivated, that you're action oriented, right? That you think about the big picture, that you've got the hustle on your mind, right? You've got a destination on your mind and something that you're moving towards passionately with the Knight of Wands. But it also says, I trust your power. I recognize that you are a person that has power within you, and I want your opinion. That kind of strokes their ego a little bit here, okay? Now, I did see the word front in here as well. I see front from a sense that they don't want you to front, okay? If you're faking here, they're going to be able to see through that, okay? Let me get some charms. If you notice any tiles here, any words that I perhaps missed, please feel free to put them down below for anybody else that chose pile number 1, okay? Okay. I'll put this out here for you so that you can see the charms a little bit better as I go through them, okay? Oh, this is interesting. You've pulled this charm of what looks like little pistons. Now, this is a money counter, right? Those little tabulators that you use to count money with. So this could be that career focus, right? Driven to be financially successful, speaking about how you're going to grow yourself financially, how you're going to grow a business, right? All of this power, this action. I want to be a CEO. I'm going to be a boss, right? They love that kind of talk. They love those kind of big dreams. But I also see this as like pistons in an engine, this idea of combustion, right? Of building pressure in a piston until it fires and releases, and that creates energy. I see that here as well, okay? We've got a pineapple here. This person could certainly like sweeter fruits, but I also see this idea of being unique here, okay? Of color here, okay? They want color in their life. They don't want the apple. They want the tropical fruit, the different fruit, the one that is unique. And of course, the colors here as well, okay? A comb, self-care, right? Self-care shows that self-power, the way that we care about ourselves. It doesn't matter how you look, right? How it is that you care for yourself shows how much you respect yourself, right? or if you're in a place of confidence, right? This also speaks to me from a standpoint, the comb of regardless of what other people's standards of beauty are, you know that you are a unique beauty, okay? And you're not pushing yourselves to look aesthetically like everybody else. You have your own unique vision on how it is that you look. Again, perhaps that look has to do with these vibrant colors, okay? Now, we've also got a mermaid's tail, okay? This person likes this vibrant color. They want you to be a unicorn. They want you to be different, okay? But like a mermaid, right? I think of those mermaids that sing those siren songs. I see this very much as luring people in with red hot passion, with beautiful, seductive words. This person wants to be seduced. I had given that disclaimer in the beginning, but this person's like, no, seduce me all you want. I want that. Let's play the game, okay? We also have this little netted, almost like a funnel. Now, it is an ice cream cone, right? I get this, that they like enjoy the difference between hot and cold, even here, right? Blue and red. Like, they want you to make them, like one day you smother them with attention, and then the next day you're like, you're not as vocal, and they're like, what does that mean? Did I lose this person? Like, they like that you make them chase them around like that, okay? But I also see this as sifting, that word is here as well, okay? Sifting through the nonsense, right? Like being a straight shooter, okay? It's interesting because I got the visual of ice cream melting here, and then the word soften really popped out to me. So I think they want you to make them melt with how much fire you have. Like, melt my icy heart here, okay? Now we have a scarecrow here. Yeah, they like what other people think is scary, that strength. They actually really enjoy this. They perhaps like the idea of hanging you upside down here, because this scarecrow, it usually always comes out upside down, and it reminds me of the hanged man. You could be a Pisces, or they could be a Pisces, especially with the mermaid and all this water type imagery, okay? They could be a Pisces, but they like the stuff that scares other people away. This person is not afraid to go out and to search for what is different, okay? We've got a white crystal here. We've got 2 lollipops. This is all about flavor, about color. If you're eccentric, more power to you. Don't hide that for this person. They're going to find that unique. They could certainly like the idea of your creativity. If these wands show up in your life as from a creative sense, then keep exploring that. Keep sharing that with the world, because it's one of the things that makes you alluring to them, okay? You could certainly be a member of the LGBTQ plus community with these colors here, right? But you don't have to be. Just thought I would mention that, okay? If you eat a lollipop in front of this person, there's something suggestive about that process, right? That they find quite seductive. It's like you're saying something about the power of your mouth without actually saying it. Eat an ice cream cone in front of them. Lick it all the way up. This is how you create that fire, you create that hostility, you create that breaking point for them. That's like, okay, I want to eat you up. If you keep eating that ice cream that way, I want to eat you up. Okay, very, very interesting. This is a screwdriver. Yeah, they want you to like, first, I certainly, they like the idea of screwing, right? I think that this person likes hard penetration, hard sex, okay? That's not to say they don't like to make love from time to time, but they are a little freaky, okay? Freaky in a good way, okay? I see this very much as like pile driving, or like really putting the screws on you, okay? Putting the screw on you in this case. I see this too as like that idea of tightening up, okay? They like to tense you up. They like the idea of you tensing them up and tightening things up, okay? We've got a little angel here. Actually, no. It's an angel, but I immediately got a phoenix here. I got a phoenix like rising from the ashes from this particular charm. When you flip it over, you see the angel here, okay? I think this is speaks to duality. Like, don't be a jerk, be a nice person, but also have that fire in you. Have that dual-sided nature where you can be good and interesting, right? Being powerful and being having that allure to you doesn't mean that you gravitate to low-hanging fruit when it comes to your own behavior. You back that up by being a good person, okay? A music note, you could be gifted musically, right? You could be a good dancer. This could be one of the ways that you tease them, right? Through the way that you like move your hips or something like that, okay? We also have a little deer here, okay? This, you know what I feel here is a deer caught in the headlights, okay? They want you to speed up like that. They want you to come in and constantly be keeping them alert and keeping them on their toes. That's how you get this person to kind of hand you their love on a silver platter, like white glove service I'm getting, right? They will deliver you their heart on a white glove if you treat them this way, okay? Now we've got some tangled mess here. Okay, antlers, okay? This is about, these even look like wands. These look like flames, right? They want flames over your head, okay? They want to know that you're that fiery fairy that's coming in, right? To kind of set their world on fire, to light them up. But I also see this as wearing your crown, wearing your power, not being afraid. You know, some people, there's obviously a difference between arrogance and confidence, and some people are afraid to show any of it because they feel like it all comes off as arrogance. There's a sense here that you need to know when to be proud, and that it's okay to be proud of your own accomplishments, okay? It's okay to be proud of yourself. You don't have to hide that, as long as you're showing your pride in your work and in your accomplishments and in who you are in a way that doesn't stifle or step on other people. More antlers here, and we also have this on a chain. This reminds me of that Two of Wands where I had mentioned kind of this idea of having the world on a string, okay? And the last is this little paper binder, binding again, okay? They want you to like get them all the way together. They want to feel a love that is like, wow, this person really gets me all the way together. It's funny that I had mentioned get me all the way together because I think one of the things that you can actually do to help, right, to attract them to you, to seduce them, is you're one of the first people that's ever truly called them out on their own BS, okay? This is like, I'm not afraid to tell you the truth, okay? Perhaps this is where some of this hazing energy comes from, okay? A sense here that you're not afraid to say, you know, I don't like the way you did that, or you know, you want this, but you treat people like that. And you can't have that if you don't treat people well, or if you don't treat, right? You need to rise up to your own expectations of others. Or no, you're actually wrong about that fact. That's not how this works. Let me teach you, right? They like that you get them together. You're not afraid to call them out, especially when it comes to the things that they're fighting for, that they're running towards in their life, right? If you were to say, you know, that's a great idea that you have for a business, but wouldn't it make more sense to do it this way, right? You're not afraid to speak your mind. They like that as well. That's a way to get them to kind of like clamp down, or like, I'm getting doubled down on you, okay? Very, very nice. Pile 1, that was your reading. Interesting reading, right? I'm very curious to get your thoughts on it. If you get anything else from the charms or from the tiles that I missed, please don't be shy to leave them down below, because I know that it helps other people as well. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a very, very interesting video coming out in the next like 2 to 3 days roughly that I think might interest you. It's a little different from what I've seen here on YouTube, and I'm very curious to get your feedback on it, okay? I thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I hope that I see you in the next video. Bye-bye. All right, if you picked pile number 2, then this is the reading for you on how it is that the person that you are thinking about likes to be seduced. Mind, body, heart, spirit, you name it, okay? Let's jump in and see what we can get for your reading. The thinking man and the 5th chakra. Oh, okay. this person, I'm hearing, make love to my mind, okay? This person, even though they might not show it all the time, they are quite an intellectual. They think very, very deeply about current issues. They read the news, right? They keep abreast of what is going on in the world. I also see very strongly here that this person is attracted to those with a deep and a rich vocabulary. With the fifth chakra here, this idea of speech, a straight shooter here, okay? You've got a straight shooter on your hands. It's not enough to be beautiful to this person. This person is looking for somebody that they can have stimulating conversations with, that has no problem taking a position, defending that position. I'm getting here like, what do you believe in? What do you stand for? Tell me, right? Tell me what these things are that interest you. This is the kind of person that would be into like games of chess. I saw a documentary recently on YouTube here that you could research called Alpha Go, about the game, the Chinese game of Go, okay? And how it is kind of like a thinking man's game like chess, and how they're trying to build artificial intelligence that can not just understand this game and beat humans at the highest level of this game, but how it can help with innovation going forward in the medical field and in the data field and all of these other fields. So things like this would highly interest this individual. This is the kind of person that is well read, that wants to be well educated, right? Even if they don't show that on the surface, they think very, very deeply about these things. They want you to make love to their mind, to bring interesting things to them, like, oh, I saw this interesting article about cryptocurrency today, or wow, look at this. What are your thoughts on like space travel? Will we make it to Mars? Okay, this person loves deep thought. They don't do, I'm getting shallow conversation. They're not a small talk kind of person. They want to hear big ideas. They want to see you thinking very, very deeply. You've pulled the gift here, right? The gift of your knowledge, I'm getting here, right? The gift of your mind, the truly gifted individuals, people that think outside of the box. This is what attracts this particular person. Also, what is it that you're afraid to say, afraid to talk about? These are the opinions. These are the things that this person wants to hear about. The stuff that goes beyond the chitter chatter of like a cocktail party or something. They want you in a corner with them talking about deep things that truly, truly matter, okay? If you are gifted in some way, for example, let's say you're very good at numbers, you're very good with data, you're very good at a game of chess, right? Or you're very, very smart when it comes to understanding space, science. This person loves to dig those kinds of gifts out of people. If you're creative, right? They want to hear more about your creative gift, even if you're spiritual. This is a big one, right? Obviously, we all have some connection to spirituality, whatever that means to you, because we're all watching a video about the tarot, right? And this is basically saying, like, don't be afraid to speak on that, okay? Don't be afraid to use your words and to challenge the status quo, to stand up for what you believe in, to explore ideas that might not be in the mainstream here, okay? They think that these things are very, very interesting. I also laughed a little bit because you pulled the card of "Can you hear me?" right over, right, the throat chakra card, and there's a sense here that they want to be able to hear you. Now, when it comes to like intimacy, I could see this as somebody that is very much turned on by the sounds of intimacy, a squeaky bed, right? Heavy breathing, moaning, dirty talk, okay? This is one of the ways that you can entice this person. You could get more from them, right? By whispering something slightly seductive in their ear than you could by necessarily wearing a beautiful set of lingerie. Okay, this person wants you to make love to their mind, not necessarily, or rather, their mind before you make love to their body. Okay, So this sense of hearing your love, hearing your emotion, hearing you, not just your thoughts, but intimately, right? This idea of hearing the sounds of you wanting love, wanting intimacy, wanting to be seduced, again, heavy breathing, moaning, all those things. This is a way to kind of make this person crumble, okay? Bonus points to you if you're good at the talk of seduction, right? If you have a nice voice too, right? This is something like something soothing, something that a way of communicating where you can get a point across very succinctly. They will be turned on by this. Okay, anything that has to do with what you're reading lately, this would be a great topic of conversation. Hey, I read this book the other day and it was so interesting. I feel like it would be right up your alley. This is a great way to start a conversation with this person. Or I saw this YouTube video, right, about science, or about how they're going to build life on Mars, or right, these deep concepts, thought experiments, things of that nature. If you were to send these things over to this person, their interest would peak. Okay, we also have spend some quality time together. We have embrace your emotions, and we have take a chance on love. Okay, I feel like this person has been through some things. Okay, when it comes to relationships, this idea of the throat chakra, it's not just about tell me that you love me. It's tell me that you love me and make sure that that's the truth. If you are, let's say, circling around this person with ulterior motives, they're going to know. They're going to know that you're not speaking the truth, okay? I also feel that this person, with their depth, especially their hidden depth, their hidden uniqueness, and how they kind of tinker, I'm getting tinker in their mind, okay? The way that they think about the world. There's a sense here that they're looking for you to recognize that. One of the things that I feel is a turnoff to this person is not feeling understood, even when you literally don't understand this person. Okay, so for example, if they were to say something like, I really I read this article today about artificial intelligence, right? And how it is that that is going to affect human beings, right? And you might not understand what they're saying. If somebody were to say, yeah, I don't know anything about that. I'm not sure why you're bringing that up. I'm watching The Real Housewives of Orange County or something like that. This would be a turnoff to this person. Somebody that were to say something like, that's really interesting. Can you explain this to me? I want to get a further understanding of what it is that you're saying. Okay, now I get the underlying principle. How does that affect your emotions? How is it that you're so linked to this? How do you see this in your daily life? Why has this affected you, right? To the point that you've brought it up. This is how you connect with this individual. This is not to say to they don't need you to like everything that they like, but when they do like something, they want you asking questions. They want you to wonder, why does this resonate with you so deeply? Help me to understand you, okay? Somebody that is always learning, that is always growing, they love that, okay? Especially when it's subject matter that is kind of out there, okay? Again, this idea of taking a chance on love, I feel like this is somebody that has in the past been told things like, it's not that deep, or this isn't that serious, or you overanalyze things, right? Let's just Netflix and chill. Like, why do we have to have this big, deep conversation about something that doesn't feel like it directly affects me or my life? This would be a way to push this person away. They also like the idea of intimate conversations. So if you were to invite this person, for example, on a quadruple date, okay, a date with 4 of your closest friends and their partners, okay, this person feels more able to communicate who they are and what they're thinking about in a private setting. This is somebody, when you have a first date, pick the most intimate restaurant, right? Pick one where you guys can sit in a corner with a candlelit dinner and really get into the minutia of who you are and of what interests you. A loud room or a nightclub or something like that isn't somewhere where this person is going to feel like they can connect with you. Interact with you? Sure. but to connect with you on a deep level, if they can't even hear you because there's like music blasting in the background or things of that nature, right? This person is going to have a hard time really showing you their layers in an atmosphere like that. They want romance. Even here, right, you can see there's a bit of candlelight on this particular card, okay? They want quiet, they want quality time with you to really dig up like what you're thinking about. I also get with this person, sometimes, especially when we know that we're highly emotional beings, the society trains us, it teaches us in an absurd way to hide those emotions, right? Hide them because people will take advantage of them, or hide them because we don't want emotional. We want people that act like they're too cool for school. That is the opposite of what this person is looking for. They want to know the things that the commercial that you saw that day that like got you teary-eyed, right? The thing that you're thinking about that has been plaguing your mind that makes you feel like there's like a rift in the matrix, right? I'm not sure, I can't really put my hand on why I feel down today, but here's kind of where I feel like that emotion is stemming from. This spread is saying don't hide those things about yourself. They want you to show your emotions to them. The more deeply connected to your heart that you can be, to them is a reflection of how deeply connected you are to your mind. They don't want shallow thinkers or shallow feelers, okay? And then of course this idea of taking a chance on love, of speaking what you want, of speaking what you feel. Do not hide your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. I think too, when your mind, right, has made itself up, your heart has made itself up that this person is interesting to me, you'll attract more bees with this person, more love from this person by coming out and saying it, even with the fear of rejection. You dancing around the issue, you hiding what your true intentions are or what your true emotions are a turnoff to this person, because they can already see it, they can already feel it, right? They can already hear. They can hear your vibration, your thoughts of you saying, I have a crush on you. I like you, right? I kind of want to date you. And if you dance around the issue like, oh, I just brought this book over because I had borrowed it and I wanted to return it, right? This is not necessarily bad, but there's a sense here to just come over and say, hey, I just wanted to see you. I just wanted to spend time with you because I like the way you think. I like the way you talk. I like the way that you express yourself, right? I like what's underneath the surface of you. I want to see more of that. And by the way, here's that book that I borrowed, okay? There's a sense here of just coming out with it, coming out with how you feel. This person doesn't like people that beat around the bush, okay? The best way to seduce this person is to tell them, I want to seduce you, right? I know that that's a little scary, right? But there's a sense of clarity here. This person could have a lot of air in their chart, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, because I get that even here, right, with the crystal, there's something like steely about it, like the swords in the tarot, like the Ace of Swords, right? Seeking truth, seeking clarity, being blunt, communicating what your insights, your intellect. I feel that here, okay? So they could be an air sign, but they don't have to be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, perhaps with some water in their chart as well, with all of these emotions. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Coins. We have Death. We have the Fountain. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the King of Wands. Okay, now, what I'm getting here is this person feels like, I heard a quote the other day that I feel kind of nails this energy down quite a bit, okay? Once a mind learns something that like fundamentally changes it, it expands, right? The mind expands. And once you have that expansion in your mind from that new perspective, that new piece of knowledge, right? It can't shrink back to its old place. And this is the energy that I get here. They want to constantly expand their mind. And because they are constantly expanding their minds, it's like that saying, if you knew better, you would do better, right? And this person, as they grow to learn more, to know better, they do better. They see knowledge as a form of ascension. The more that you know, the better that you can do. The better that you can do in your finances, right? Because there's so much about legacy here. This person could have a desire, right, to be like a scientist or to be a speaker of some sort. They could have a gift of speech, right? They can work in sales. They can communicate things as a storyteller, perhaps, but also things like work in the judicial system, a lawyer, right, that seeks truth, that seeks justice, that does that by speaking in a courtroom, right, by advocating for others, this sense of like standing up for what you believe in. As I mentioned in the beginning, I got this energy of like, what is it that you believe in? Now speak on that, stand by that, right? Debate about that, right? I see that here with this particular individual. And that makes me feel like this sense of the Ten of Pentacles, this feeling of legacy. They might have what's considered perhaps a more old-fashioned view of how they will achieve this Ten of Pentacles, right? Through the sciences, through education, through this quest for knowledge, multiple degrees, right? I get too that this person could speak more than one language. And if you have the ability, if you're multilingual or bilingual, they will find this attractive. You being able to speak ideas and to do them in a way that is almost romanticized, I'm getting, right? Like everything sounds better in French, doesn't it? Or Spanish, or you could tell somebody like, you're a bastard, but if you say it in French, it sounds sexy, okay? I'm getting that they also would find attractive as well, okay? With the Ten of Pentacles, as I said, this idea of legacy, this person wants that kind of stability. And I feel like the way that they feel like this stability can be built in their lives is by truth. Truth, clarity, an open mind is the foundation for a life well lived and for a legacy. Okay, this idea of truth, I hate to keep harping on it, but it keeps coming back to me. Okay, I feel like there's a sense here that this person might have strong political beliefs, political opinions, and if you're wavering, like, I don't know what I believe in, they might respond to you by like, it's 2021. At this point, like, how do you not know what you believe in this realm? And they might find that unattractive, okay? Like that you can't make your mind up with all the facts, with all the data that is out there now, okay? There's a sense of belief of justice here. They might be the kind of person that speaks on injustice, okay? Even if they don't work in like the judicial system or something like that, they certainly perhaps voice that on social media or with their friends and family, right? Like, this is the way that I feel that society should be moving. This feels right. And any type of oppression is wrong, and they speak on that, okay? Seven of Coins, death. Oh, I was going to mention here, with death, okay, this change, this idea of ascension, of legacy, it's not just in the mind, this quote about the mind expanding, and once it does, it can't shrink back. It can't unknow the wisdom that it has learned, right? With death, this is that transformation. Sorry, I have to wait for my annoying neighbors to drive past. This death is that transformation. This is, once we get the knowledge, right? Once we've attained and examined, right? Once we examine our lives, the people around us, the things that we know and we don't know, and we take a moment to build on this, to build on our knowledge, right? Then we can transform appropriately with the new wisdom and the new knowledge that we have. And we can become like this fountain, right? We can become this ascended version of ourselves, okay? This person is very, very much into self-improvement. If you were to send them something about self-improvement, for some reason, the channel Academy of Ideas here on YouTube comes to mind, right? They've got some excellent videos on human psychology, okay? And it's done with these clips of beautiful artwork in the background, old masterpieces, right? Even visually, there's something intellectual about that, okay? TED Talks, things of that nature, right? You can connect with this person by saying, hey, I saw this TED Talk the other day, and I think you might be interested in it. This person is about ascension in the mind, okay? Ascension in the mind to them leads to ascension in the spirit, leads to better sex too, right? This idea that we connect mentally before we try to connect physically. We also have the Seven of Cups. This is very much, this person doesn't believe that there's any one set way to accomplish anything. An expanded mind would never think that, right? They understand that life is fluid, that emotions and intellect are fluid, and they very much like this idea of learning about different subjects, even if they don't directly relate to what they're doing right now. Okay, so for example, this person, let's say they start a degree in biology, okay? All of a sudden, they're watching all kinds of videos about Mars and life on Mars, and it's like, you're a biologist, why are you so focused on this? Maybe this is a bad example because biologists and Mars kind of mesh, right? But then they end up working at NASA, right? They end up wanting to be one of the first people on Mars, and using their biology background in order to do this thing. Knowledge that they obtain now is something that they can use later to build their life. They like things to be switched up with Death and the Seven of Cups here. They like you to have different varied interests. One day you're into underwater basket weaving, and then the next week you want to learn how to make pottery. Okay, they want somebody that has people around them that think differently than they do. Okay, that my friend circle pushes me. I've got friends that are across the spectrum in interests, in beliefs, right? And I do things every day that are different like this. If you've been living the same life your whole life, this person might feel like this person doesn't challenge themselves, right? This person doesn't push themselves intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, okay? So that might be a turnoff for this particular individual. I think too, when it comes to intimacy, they like to switch things up with the Seven of Cups, different positions. This is somebody that, especially with like take the leap, right? Take the risk, the Fool card, right? Let's let go of all of our preconceived notions of what lovemaking is. Let's try different positions. Let's pick a position out of the Kama Sutra and try that one, right? Let's switch things up. Let's not let things become stagnant. I think too, when you have an issue with this particular individual, speaking your mind instead of staying quiet to them is a sign of strength. It's a sign of power to say, wait, this doesn't feel right. This does not align with what I want. I'll give you a perfect example of this. Let's say you start communicating with this person online and you have a very great connection with them, right? And they look to you and they say, let's go out on a date. But today doesn't work because I'm actually going on a date with somebody else. How about sometime next week? You might say to this person, how about you call me when you figure out what you want, right? There's a sense of like, you understanding like, oh, somebody that's playing the field that has a date lined up every week, that person doesn't resonate with me. I don't want to be an option. Okay, I want to be the one thing that you're focused on. I want to be the only fire with the King of Wands here, right? That you're moving passionately towards, okay? I don't want player type energy in my field. You either know that you connect with me, you either know that you want to dive a little deeper with me, or you don't, okay? And there's a sense that you sticking up for yourself in that way, that you voicing yourself in that way is attractive to them, okay? This is the kind of person that you would make them do a double take to stand up for yourself in this way and to say, whoa. Pile number 2 sees their value. Pile number 2 isn't willing to let go of their beliefs to try to wiggle their way into the life of somebody else or to have me wiggle myself into their life. Okay, they stand up for their principle. They are the King of Wands. They stand firmly in their throne of passion and they don't go begging for love. Okay, they know what they want. And if you're not going to give it to me, thank you, next. That type of quiet confidence, I think they find really attractive. This is perhaps a terrible example, but Erica Girardi, she's one of the cast members of The Real Housewives. It's not of Orange County. I think it's Beverly Hills, okay? I say bad example because she's embroiled in some scandal right now, but She had mentioned this, something that I found very interesting about how she met her husband, who was at the time considered like this very high profile lawyer, rich beyond belief. As I said, some scandal going on with that right now. But nonetheless, right, her vision of who he was, of this powerful man that was quite successful, that had all this money, that had all this media attention, that had such success in his life. He had a secretary, his secretary, call her, and the secretary was supposed to arrange a date. And she had recounted this story about how she had picked up the phone and the secretary had said, you know, Mr. Girardi would like to have lunch with you in 15 minutes. He'll have a car come pick you up. And her response to that was, please let Mr. Girardi know that if he would like to spend time with me, he needs to call me himself and with proper time. As in, don't expect that because you said in 15 minutes that I'm going to be out my door, right? I'm a woman that needs time to prepare, that needs to be respected in this way, that a man would understand, right? When you come to me, I'm not available at your whim, right? And this was a great turn on for this intellectual man, a man who, funny enough, right, this example kind of fits the build of this speaker, of this perhaps somebody that works in justice because he's a lawyer. Again, scandal aside, right? This is just for example's sake. It fits perfectly with his personality, right? So this kind of speaking forward and advocating for yourself, almost to the point where you're willing to drop somebody, right? Call me. First, call me directly if you ever want to talk to me again, right? And make sure that you do it with proper time. It kind of, that type of power, that type of knowing my worth, right? That this person would find very, very attractive, okay? Being open with the emotions, as I said, a deep thinker. I think things about justice here, about money, about building businesses, about a variety of different subjects like science, technology, right? Spirituality as well, okay? These are things that would interest this person. I don't usually take death so literally here, right? But I get a sense here that even something like what is considered like taboo, like if you were at a dinner party with this person and everybody else is talking about the latest happenings on like Keeping Up with the Kardashians or something like that, right? And you turn to this person and you say, where do you think we go when we die? This, right? There's something about actual death that I feel that this person finds interesting. Perhaps even the idea of like a reincarnation with death in the fountain here, right? Or like us, our souls or our spirits living forever. These things, bring them forward. Bring your true beliefs forward. Bring your the things that you ponder, right? The mysticism, the unknown, right? Questions about that. That is a way to kind of turn this person on, okay? I want to pull some tiles for you and see if we can get some initials for you, but also any keywords for this particular person. I feel too that this person wouldn't mind a little bit of aggression, okay? When I say aggression, what I mean is like you chasing them, you saying, you know, instead of waiting for them to call you, saying something like, you know, texting them and saying, are we still on for Friday at 6? And they're like, what do you mean? And you're like, that's when you're taking me to dinner, right? That kind of boldness. I feel like they would actually find that quite alluring, quite attractive, okay? Got a couple tiles for you. I try to pull some extras on these because I know we're going to get a lot of duplicate vowels. So, you know, you can disregard those for the initials, okay? Okay. This is interesting. The word fail came to me quite strongly. Don't just talk about your wins with this person. Talk about your losses, okay? Even the word loss is here, okay? This person likes they like talking about not just the glitz, not just the stuff that we show on Instagram, the truth, the nitty gritty about life, about your world, about your journey, right? About your beliefs. Okay, so we have BEEN blank OLNQOWAUOAXSFLIS. Again, that could be a first, middle, or a last name initial. One thing that I'm getting here is the word be quite strongly, as in be yourself. You molding yourself is almost like that idea of like being willing to jump out of your house with 15 minutes notice to meet a car outside to take you to a dinner that was not even pre-planned or something like that, right? There's a sense of being wholly yourself, being true to yourself, living your truth, okay, that this person is going to find strong, alluring, attractive, okay? I also had mentioned this thing about fail and failure, okay? Don't be afraid to show your failure. In fact, the more that you have failed in your life, the more intriguing I think this person would find you, because they know that you're somebody that goes after things. The only people that don't fail in life are the people that don't go after anything. And so I feel like they would find this quite attractive, okay? That love comes out very, very strongly here to me, okay? This idea that you speak on love, like your communication, sure, it comes through that throat chakra, but it's centered around what ferments in the heart space, okay? This person likes when people speak about what they're passionate about the things that they love. There's so much of a sense in society, right, of being like afraid to say what you believe or to speak on certain things for fear, right, that you're gonna get dragged on social media or that, right? And this person is saying, like, if you truly believe in something, okay, let me put it this way: if you truly believe in something, and the only way that they have ever known that you believe in this thing is if you secretly tell them, this to them I feel is like the mark of a coward, okay? This is the mark of somebody that says that they believe in something but don't ever do anything about it. They only do this in secret, right? There's a sense here of being yourself, of stepping into your own being, but also revealing where it is that you've been and where it is that you want to go to. The word sex is here quite strongly, so clearly there's a sense of intimacy being very, very important to this person. But I even here, right? Because I see sex, but I also see wall, as in like you have to get through the wall of their mind. If you're the most beautiful man or woman in the world, but you have an empty brain, you're at a loss with this individual. They're not going to entertain you. They want somebody that is smart, that has a good head on their shoulders, that is responsible, not the one with the most amount of Instagram followers, right? Not the one with the best filters, not the one that looks the most alluring, the one that can back that up with substance, okay? I think that's everything that's really, really standing out in the tiles. Obviously, there's so many words that can be made with the tiles, but that's not what I'm looking for when I look at the tiles. I'm looking for what really, really stands out to me right away, okay? Flaw also. Flaw and flow, okay? Being at flow with who you are and where it is that you're going, and not being afraid to show that you're a flawed human being. Honesty is the best policy with this particular individual, okay? If you were to say, like, I really want to do this, but this thing isn't my strength, so I need to work on that in order to build this thing, they appreciate that you can acknowledge your own flaws, okay? Again, if you do find something in the tiles that you feel resonates with this, please let us know down in the comments below, because I know that it helps other people. I want to pull some tiles for you here. We do have Scorpio here. They could be a Scorpio, and as I said, lots of air energy here as well, okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. That like logic, that logical part of the mind, okay? As air signs are very, very good at those types of smarts, okay? Let's get some charms for you. you got the baby charms here. Okay. All right. Again, heart, okay? What do you believe in? What do you love? Speak on that, okay? They want you to show your heart to them, to not be afraid to tell them what it is that you believe in. Now, we also have all of these interesting symbols. They look like infinity symbols all interlocked with one another. This could be certainly something Celtic, okay? They could have that type of ancestry or something like that, but that type of heritage. But I also see this as the idea of infinity. As I said, I don't typically take death so literally in a tarot spread, but I feel like this person often contemplates death. Deep questions like this of the subjects that are considered like bad conversations at dinner tables, right? They want to know what you think about infinity, what you think about eternity, what you think about life beyond this realm, okay? Perhaps a focus on the metaphysical here with this idea of infinity, okay? I also see that we have a key here, a key with a little flower at the center, okay? I feel like this is, again, a nod to this sense of the heart, this sense of, like, show me what it is that you love. Another heart here. Notice that this one has a peace sign in it, peace in the heart. I feel like this is a love of justice, to be honest with you. Again, I feel like this might turn some people off, but I feel like this person has strong political beliefs, okay, of what is right and what is wrong and what is just and what is unjust. And they put their money where their mouth is. They put their action where their mouth is, where their heart is, where their thoughts are, okay? This could be somebody that speaks on things like war and how we want to end war and things of that nature, okay? But also somebody that is looking to create peace in their heart. And the way that they do that is by expanding their mind. The more that they know, the better that they can do, okay? We've got an elephant here. Now, you could be from India, or this person could be from India, but they don't have to be. I like to mention this because I know that I have a lot of viewers that, believe it or not, come from India. So I respect that culture. There's so much beauty in it, right? So I wanted to mention this as well. This reminds me of this Ten of Pentacles, though, right? There's something about elephants in particular. There's so much about luxury, about stability, about strength. This is, again, I think a spiritual nod to let that out. Let that out of your heart through your throat chakra. Tell me what you believe in, okay? And stand strong in those beliefs. If somebody comes near you that says, well, that's wrong, you're stupid, you think wrong, right? I need you to think this way. You're the kind of person that would say, actually, I think I'll believe what I want, right? And this is what I know is right. And you won't let yourself be swayed. You're strong and stable like an elephant here. There's also a sense of love. Like elephants, they look like these big domineering creatures, right? And they're so capable of love, like especially if you see how they treat their little babies, right? There's a tenderness to their strength, and they want you to show your heart through your strength. Okay, it's like the stronger you are, the more heart you show, because everything that you show comes from the heart. There's more tenderness in that strength than anything else. Okay, we also have a tree house. I feel like this is a sense of don't be afraid to wonder, right? Don't be afraid to go to what might be considered childish places, okay, with this particular individual, because they see the beauty in wonder, the beauty in questioning everything like a child does, okay? Curiosity killed the cat, I'm getting here. This is a person that wants, with that Seven of Cups, right? Maybe they want to die several times in this lifetime. This idea of their own evolution, of being different versions of themselves. As they often say, like cats have 9 lives, right? The only way to live the next life, the ascended life, is to know and learn enough to move on to the next one. Okay, so don't be afraid to wonder or have this childish enthusiasm with this particular individual. I'm almost getting like the weirder the better with this person, okay? Now, we have the star here. Now, this certainly could represent Aquarius, right? with the idea of the star card. I think too this has to do with wishes, right? When you wish upon a star, that this idea of magic, this idea of what is beyond in the cosmos too, right? And another nod to the sciences here, but also illumination, right? The more illuminated you are as an individual, the more you are to get them to orbit around you, okay? We have a flower, all about growth, but also romanticism, right? They like romanticism. They like power. They like you saying, I want you, right? And speaking on that, okay? Again, I feel like the words that you use with this particular person can help them grow, as in grow in affection, as in grow in intimacy, as in grow in size, perhaps, right? This idea of like getting to a place where you can be intimate. You kind of get what I'm intimating with that, okay? With this idea of like the words that you use help them blossom to get ready for lovemaking, okay? Naughty talk, breathing, all those sounds that I had mentioned in the beginning. We've got a little rubber ducky here. Again, this sense of play, this sense of youth, this sense of speaking, because when we squeeze them, what do, right? They make those little noises. But also I get flow here. Okay, going with the flow and not fighting, I'm getting your own growth, your own ascension, your own intellect, okay? And then a banana. As I said, the weirder, the better, okay? Like this person likes if you're a little bit bananas, right? If you're a little bit out there, if you're unique, eccentric, quirky, this person values those things, okay? I also get here, they don't like empty calories. Just like I said, they don't like shallow conversation, okay? That word shallow is here as well, okay? They don't like shallow conversation. They feel like perhaps that's a slippery slope here, okay? If it, or rather like an indication of like, okay, this is the temperature that this relationship would be at, surface level, shallow, right? Because those are the only three things that you've talked to me about tonight are shallow things. They feel like this is a warning sign that they're like about to land on a banana peel, okay? Like there's danger this way for them and how they connect in relationships, okay? I see here that with the banana peel, they want substance. They don't want empty calories. Sure, cake is nice, right? With whipped cream and with frosting and with a cherry on top. That's alluring, but it's also empty calories. They need substance. They need vitamins, minerals. They need that from the person that they are with. So the more substance that you can bring to an equation, perhaps in a quirky or strange way, in the colorful way with this yellow. Yellow is not a color that a lot of people wear, right? The more unique you are in this way, the higher likelihood of getting this person's attention. Very, very interesting. Pile number 2. That was your reading. I'm so curious to know what you think about this reading. If you found anything in the charms or in the tiles that you feel that other people for your pile would connect with, and if you kind of enjoy this idea of like how to talk to the people that you're interested in, how to get their attention. I thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I've got a video coming out in the next 2 or 3 days or so that I think is a very rare and interesting subject. So please keep your eyes peeled for that. No pun intended, right? All right, pile number 2. This is where I leave you. I thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. All right, if you picked pile number 3, then this is the reading for you on how it is to seduce the person that you are thinking about. Let's jump right in and see what we can get. We have strategy, interesting, door to romance, okay? And magician and the mirror. Okay, first I'll tell you right off the bat that this person is looking for the complete package, okay? This person understands that they don't want to live a boring life, okay? They're looking for somebody that they can grow with intellectually and romantically as well. This person doesn't put their highest emphasis on exterior beauty. They want their mind stimulated just as much as they want their body and their eyes stimulated, okay? They are looking for this kind of balance. I also get the sense here that this person likes the idea of some fun game playing, not toxic game playing, not like manipulative type game playing, but they like this hot and cold, on and off idea of how you perhaps treat them, right? Somebody that might come in and say, wow, you're very interesting, and you pay them a lot of attention, and then the next day you're quiet, and they think, well, what is that shift? What is that change, right? You keep them on their toes, okay? Your love isn't the same every single day. I also see here that this person, the door to romance, right? The door to getting them to open up to you, getting them to open their heart to you, is to embrace your own magic, whatever magic that might be, okay? Spiritual magic, right? Magic in the bedroom, a zest, in other words, a zest for life, a zest for the things that aren't seen, a zest for new experiences, new foods, new cultures, new languages, new. This person likes people that are always thinking, that are always planning ahead. If you are the kind of person that has a bullet journal, that has goals, that has a vision board, right? This person is attracted to that. They're attracted to people that plan, that don't just fall into their lives. This doesn't mean that you don't know how to go with the flow, but you have intentions. You set intentions for your life. You set goals for your life. And you push to kind of live out that magic in this realm, right? On this plane. This is the door to romance for them. It's interesting because even here with the doors open, you can see that this heart, there's a key that's required to open it. And this kind of illuminates this feeling, right? Of this hot and cold, this strategy, a little bit of game playing, a little bit of fun, resistance here, right? You're not letting them put their hand in the cookie jar right away. You're making them almost work. You make them work for your affection. You make them work for your attention. They like that idea. They like you to be open and closed all at the same time. I feel like this person might have a sense that when people give themselves too easily, when people unveil themselves right away, they don't have, this means that they don't have deeper layers, okay? Very, very interesting energy. They're looking for like more magic than that, I'm getting. Very interesting. We have Liberty here, and we also have Queen Bee. Ooh, yeah. This person likes independence, okay? If you are the type of person that wants to spend every waking moment with a partner, to the point where you're like, don't go to work, don't do this, don't do that, right? Don't hang out with your friends. This person is not going to appreciate that. They want you to be your own queen bee. This is very Nine of Pentacles type of energy, right? Your own interests, your own friend group. If you immediately meet them, you know that they're into 10 different things, and all of a sudden you mysteriously have an interest in those 10 things. You've never been into photography, but you see that they are, and you go and you buy a camera and you take a class. This is not to say don't learn about things that interest you, but if you're only doing these things because this person does them, in other words, you're already like mirroring them, you're trying to mold your life into what you think that they would like about you versus what you actually like, this would be a turnoff for this person. They want you to have your own mind and your own life. It's funny because this kind of hot and cold that I was getting, right? It's kind of hard to explain that when I say that they like the game, they like the chase, right? Because I think this often gets a negative connotation. What they want is somebody that doesn't give themselves to other people. Now, what I mean by that is, sure, you can give your love, your attention, your affection, right? Your loyalty, your trust to another individual. But do you do that at the sacrifice of yourself? Do you feel like perhaps you have to give your whole being to be with somebody? There's something unattractive about that to this particular individual. They want you to have your own interests, your own career pursuits, in order to balance the relationship. They don't want to be the only person introducing new activities to your dating life, or where it is that you'll adventure to next, or what it is that you guys are working towards next, okay? if you insist on letting them be the leader and all you do is follow, 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 this person is not attracted to that. They also don't like the idea of not having room to think, okay? Again, hot and cold, as in one moment we can be fully embracive of each other, and the next day we can be focused on building our own lives. We don't have to smother ourselves to lock ourselves to one another, okay? This doesn't mean that they want other partners. It means that they want freedom, that they want you to be so secure within yourself with that Nine of Pentacles type energy, right? That you can love them one day and love yourself the next. You don't forego your own life in order to cling to them. Codependency is a turnoff. They want you to be wild and to be free and to like your own space and to like to hang out with your friends on your own and to like to go to a movie on your own. You don't need to clutch to them, right? And to smother them in this way with your love. Okay, you can be alone and that's okay. You don't need this person every waking moment. We have speak the language of love. Yeah, the way to speak the language of love to this person is through the mind, through intellectual stimulation here, okay? We also have back to what you love. These are your own pursuits. They can sense your ability to have magical love by how deeply you pursue the things that you love outside of a relationship. If you have absolutely no goals in your life, they find that a little bit dull, okay? They want you exploring. They want you going out into the world and trying to make your own things happen. The more connected you are to what you want and what you love and your pursuit of those things, the more that they see like, oh, this is somebody that connects with me, and they're not willing to forego their own magic for somebody else. Love is something that they want in their lives. It's not necessarily something that pile 3 needs, and if they don't get it, they'll never survive. This is very much the sense that you believe that love should complement your life, not be your life, right? This isn't to say to not do all things with love, to not treat people with love, to not be of that everything is love mindset. This is saying that if you're willing to dump your entire life, all of a sudden you stop talking to your friends, all of a sudden you stop pursuing your goals, and your main focus is this person, they are going to find that a complete turnoff, okay? They want you anchored in what it is that you love and having a fine balance here, okay? Practice compassion here. This is very interesting because for them, the way to practice the highest level of love is to love the self. If you tell this person like, oh, it's Sunday, right? I'm doing a Sunday reset. I'm cleaning my space. I'm putting on a face mask, right? I am loving on myself today. Today is all about me loving on myself. They find this attractive, okay? Because the type of love that you give yourself to them reflects the gentle love I'm getting. Gentle, this is important to them, okay? The gentle love that you give to others. The way that you speak love to the world is how you speak it to yourself. If you have a relationship, like a love-hate relationship with yourself, they're going to find this a little bit like you're going to have a love-hate relationship with the world and a love-hate relationship with them. They want you to focus on being compassionate to yourself. The more compassionate you are with yourself, the more forgiving you are with yourself, the more open you are with yourself, the more open and forgiving that they know that you'll be with them, okay? And that makes you more loving. We have the 9 of Wands here. The 5 of Coins. Oh, this is interesting. The Queen of Cups. Yeah, this is the feeling that I was getting here with the 9 of Wands. The Queen of Wands. Yes, yes, yes. The Queen of Swords. The Knight of Swords. The 2 of Cups. And the Page of Swords. Very nice. You could meet this person connecting with them digitally or connecting through a creative activity, okay? With the Page of Swords, this idea of magic, of the 9 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands, like going to a pottery class or something because you want to learn about this, because you're interested in this, right? Something that has to do with learning something new, self-development, self-improvement. This is how you might meet this particular individual, or you might see that they're putting this type of work out online, okay? There's a sense here that this person, one of the things that they find very attractive is like a mother bear energy. Now, that's regardless of gender, whether you are male or female. We all know what that mother bear energy is, right? A doting energy, one that certainly is compassionate to her cubs, but also strong and firm, right? This is that hot and cold that I was getting, this strategy, right? A mother bear knows that she needs to feed, that she needs to protect, that she needs to teach also about the world, right, for her cubs. And there's a point where she needs to let them go, and she needs them to be independent so that they can survive in the world without her. This is the love that this person is looking for, okay? One that is rooted in this deep feminine energy of caring, okay? Again, whether you are male or female, we all have masculine and feminine energy centered around that heart space, around compassion, but also strong enough to say, okay, we loved on each other all day on a Saturday. Sunday, you go focus on your life. You go out into the world after I've nurtured you, after I have loved you, and you go live this liberty, right? We can have this deep love while detaching, okay? This Queen of Cups to me and this Nine of Wands is this sense of compassionate strength, okay? Knowing when you are compassionately strong in union, right? Two of Cups, right? But also knowing that relationships need room to grow. We all need room to grow on ourselves alone, and then we come together stronger, okay? So a nice balance between being kind of that mother, that nurturing energy, but also being strong enough to be a warrior for your own life, to stand out for the things that you believe in, and to not make your life all about what somebody else wants. I'll give you an example about this particular person. If during the week they say, hey, let's grab some food, what do you feel like? And your response to that is always whatever you want. This they would find unattractive, okay? They want you to say, even if it's just every once in a while in a balanced way, like, I really feel like sushi tonight, right? Or I really feel like Indian food tonight. I really feel like, let's go down to that great Cuban spot, right? They want you to show your own individuality in the relationship. They don't like people that are chameleons, in the sense that they will change who they are depending on who they're with. You have to have a core knowing of who you are, and being okay with that, regardless of the situation that you are in, especially when it comes to your own values, okay? With the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands here, I get this sense here that they want somebody that's okay with being outside of their comfort zone, with learning new things. Again, embracing the magic, growing the mind, being free enough to say, hey, I'm confident enough in myself that I know that I can do this, right? I feel like I can try new things, and I can kind of get outside of my own comfort zone with the Five of Pentacles. I don't mind being out in the cold. Sometimes it's away from these churches of our customs, of our the things that we're used to doing day in and day out every single day the same way. It's outside of that we get our strength, that we get our courage. And I'm going to muster my own strength and my own courage with the Knight of Wands to go out and to achieve, okay? And it's okay if sometimes I do these things alone. That is how we truly build strength, but also how we gain new perspective that tells us, that dictates to us which direction it is that we need to move in, depending on how we become more and more ascended on a daily basis, okay? I also see here with the Knight of Swords again, it's like intellect. This person, bring to them the things that you've learned throughout the day. Like, oh, I had a funny meeting today, and it really made me think of this, and this person taught me that. Good, bad, ugly, I'm getting, right? Show this person the thing that stood out to you in that day. Speak on those things. Bring your own perspective and your own adventure into the relationship, okay? So that your relationship complements, and they're not the only ones bringing exciting new ideas, exciting new adventures to your union, okay? Two of Cups here. This is, again, this idea of like flow, this idea of connecting with somebody vibrationally. This is important to this person. Again, this person isn't focused on looks. They're not focused on little fickle things. They need true resonance, okay? They need to understand, like, yes, this is my person. I can feel that on a vibrational level. Spirituality is also something that I feel like this person would be very, very interested in learning. Let's say they've never heard of the tarot, and you're like, oh, I enjoy this. Let me teach you this. Let me show you this, right? Let me broaden you intellectually on different types of spirituality. I feel like they would find this quite interesting, especially if it's something that you truly love, okay? This makes me think about security too, with the Queen of Cups here and the Two of Cups, okay? They need you to be secure that this love, even when it's at a distance, right? Even if they have to go on a business trip for a week, you're not hounding them and saying like, this isn't going to work for me because I need you here every second of every single day. This codependency that can become toxic. They want you confident in knowing that that cup is yours. Things like jealousy with this person are not going to go over well, okay? Because to them, jealousy feels like, from a sense, it's almost like you feel like you're lacking something. In other words, if you're like, well, I don't like you talking to that coworker, and they're like, but I have to, like, it's how I do my job. I have to be professional. I have to do my job. And you're like, no, they're attractive. I don't want you talking to them. They start to see this as, well, what do you feel that this person has that you don't? That this person has that you're lacking, right? What is the insecurity within you that you're actually reflecting to me here? Why you feel that my cup, the one that I've already told you, that I've dedicated to you, why you feel like that's drifting away from you, okay? So things like jealousy, like having suspicions and confronting them about things that haven't happened yet, when they're saying to you like, no, you are my love, right? I'm getting like arguments for argument's sake. This person doesn't like that kind of stuff. Finding fault in situations. It's almost like you're building things up in your mind that don't even exist just to argue. This person does not like that stuff, okay? Let's deal with the facts I'm getting, right? Let's deal with what is actually happening in front of us, instead of creating a tumultuous relationship because we feel like that's interesting. What I just heard, here's what they just told me. That type of behavior isn't interesting, it's just sad. To create problems just to create problems, right? Arguments just to argue. Some people like that. I know that sounds bizarre, but some people like to find faults in relationships because they feel like if we're not fighting for one another, if we're not kind of having this struggle type love, then is this love? They need to refine their view of love in this way, right? To something that is more stable, to something that is more secure. And this person needs you to feel secure in your relationship. So that sign of insecurity of, why did you follow this person? Why are you like that kind of questioning? They see this as, well, what do you feel that you lack in yourself? You're kind of like telling on yourself here, right? And that type of instability, right? That lack of independence, of self-love, of self-confidence is a turnoff for them, okay? We have the Page of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Focus on the truth, focus on the facts, right? Not just in how it is that you approach your relationship, but how it is that you approach your life, okay? This is very much a facts over feelings kind of person. That doesn't mean that they don't want this love, because clearly they love tender, gentle love, nurturing love, okay? But there is a sense of truth and stability at the surface of that. And it's very important to them that you see that, right? That we need to be passionate, but we also need to be balanced in the practical. Okay, we can be the queen of passion here, the queen of fire, but we also need to be the queen of ice. Again, this is like this mother bear energy, right? That I was telling you about magic. Oh, the world is magical. The world is fun. The world is an adventure waiting to be had. the world is also hard work. The world is also balancing your checkbook. The world is also making sure that you pay your taxes, right? There's a sense of let's have a perfect balance here, even here with independence, right? This sense of queen bee, of knowing your worth, okay? There's a sense here of balance, like the Libra scales, okay? You need to balance that passion and that magic with the practical, okay? Because if you don't do that, if you're all passion, if you're all gas, no brakes, if you're all brakes, right here, no gas, that's a disconnect. They want a more balanced approach to life, okay? Page of Swords here, again, this idea of being honest. This person appreciates honesty. They appreciate loyalty, okay? But they also appreciate strength. Even if sometimes that strength needs to be communicated in harsher words. Like, you know what? I don't like that you did this, okay? I don't like that the way you make me feel when you do that. That type of independence, that type of inner knowing, okay? That, sticking up for yourself, what you're passionate about and what you see as your truth, this they will connect with, okay? Pile number 2 had some different energies, but also there's a sense here of like voicing yourself, voicing your own confidence, living your own truth that you might resonate with in pile number 2. So I would recommend, perhaps if you resonate with this, to take a look at that one and see what you can draw from that particular pile. I don't necessarily always tell people to pick more than one pile, because I feel like that can get a little confusing, you know. But I feel like you might resonate with pile number 2 for you. It's funny, you're pile number 3, and you have a lot of 3s here. 35, 3, right? 33, 53. So the number 3 or 33, a master number, right? There could be some relevance here. This could be a sign in some way. This has to do with that mastery, that master balance of mastering the head and the heart here. Okay, loving somebody, but also keeping a rational head about it. I like that. I like this energy. Okay, there's something very mature. They want you to be mature. They want somebody that's grown up here. Okay, on how it is that you interact with them. I'm also getting here that this person likes the idea of wanting something. This idea of like distance makes the heart grow fonder. They want to miss you, especially when it comes to physical intimacy. Okay, they like the idea of having to come to you. I've been gone for a week, and I know I told you I was going to come back on a Saturday, but I made it back on a Thursday because I just couldn't be away from you any longer. This feeling of like a breaking point of them. Okay, we've spent our time apart, and now because of that, I'm craving you so badly that I want to rush in with this kind of tender, loving care. Your vibration is drawing me to you. All the interesting things that you're telling me that you're working on during the week while I'm away, that is drawing me to you, okay? This pile is very much of like, you don't feel the need to beg energy, okay? I'm too proud to beg, almost, kind of energy. You're not begging this person, be with me, take care of me, love me, right? Entertain me, keep me feeling like my life has meaning, keep me feeling. They don't like that kind of energy, okay? They want this stark independence. I want to get some tiles for you here. It's interesting because the other piles I picked up on a lot more in regards to the intimate connection. And this, to me, it's like the more independent that you are, the sexier they find that. I'm trying to like pull some threads here for you, like give me more on the intimate side, like how to sexually seduce this person. But I keep coming back to this thing of the mind, right? They find that sexy. They find independence sexy. They find smart people sexy. They find intellectuals sexy, okay? Very interesting. All about the mind here, okay? Some tiles for you. This could serve for first, middle, last name, initials, right? But also any key words that we might be able to grab from the tiles as well, okay? One of the words that immediately stood out to me is prince or princess. I don't know if we'll have all the tiles here for that, but it jumped out at me, okay? They kind of want you to have that royal air about yourself, okay? Like, I know that I was listening to this song yesterday. This kind of reminds me of that. Oh, this is such a perfect song. Janelle Monáe's I Like That. I think it's called I Like That, okay? She talks about, I don't care if anybody likes what I like, right? Because I like that. And there's even this line that she says where she's like, I remember in 6th grade when you rated me a 6 or something like that because she had like cut her hair or something like that, right? And she was like, and even back then, even though I was teary-eyed because of what you said, I always knew I was the shit. That type of confidence. This person is very, very attracted to that. And even in the song, she talks about like, I don't care what other people like. I don't care what other people want from me. What matters is what I like, right? And you're either going to resonate with that or not. There's a certain sense of independence there, of not molding yourself for other people. This person likes that, okay? They like that. Just like that song. So give that song a little listen. If I remember, I'll link it down below for you, okay, with your pile. Here are the tiles that you've gotten. Again, first, middle, or last name initial. PRNIF EVUN SEAISLO AAOLE. I got a lot of air energy and some water energy from this particular chart, okay? So this person or you could be an air or a water sign, but you don't have to be. A Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, okay? Now, I had mentioned this thing about prince or princess, again, sitting on your throne. Quiet confidence, right? You know you're the ish, and you don't have to have anybody tell you that. You don't have to suck off of other people's energy from the exterior. You can live an introverted life, or rather an ambivert type of life, where you don't need to have exterior stimulation to satisfy you because you have a rich internal world, but also you don't mind going out from time to time. You're not completely introverted in that way, okay? You're a bit of an ambivert, okay? Now, this is going to sound weird, but a-hole comes to me very strongly here. There's almost a sense that they kind of like a Queen of Swords. This reminds me of that book, Why Men Marry Bitches. Now, don't let the title fool you, right? But it basically talks about how, regardless of if you're a man or a woman, I feel like this book might resonate with you. Strength, right? Why people are attracted to that kind of strength, okay? Very good resource for you if you're looking to connect with this energy a little bit better. Now, I'm trying to remember, like, did I go through the tiles or not? I think that I did. Regardless, you can see them here, so you don't need me to list every single one. I get Venus energy here, okay? So Venus, think about that in regards to love and love language here, okay? I see love here as well, that word sticking out very, very clearly. Self-love I'm getting, but also because we have self here, right? But how you love yourself, being a nod to how deeply you can love another human being. If you're not connected with yourself in this way, then I don't know if this person will be able to connect with you. If you're shy about treating yourself, if you don't understand the importance of caring for yourself in order to care for others, if you're always living life from a self-sacrificial perspective, I have to sacrifice, I have to struggle, this is energy that this person will not resonate completely with, okay? With this Venus, I get this deep beauty. They're looking for beauty in the depth of the soul here. This person could certainly be a soul mate because that word is here as well, okay? You connect with them on a soul level, on the Two of Cups level. They need to feel that. Even here with seas, like SEAS, okay, as in oceans, depth, emotional depth, right? This Queen of Cups energy, but vibration and flow. They need to know energetically we match. So if you feel like you match with this person energetically, they probably feel the same way. And it's time to stop just watching, right? And it's time to claim, like the Queen of Swords and the Queen of fire does here, right? The Queen of Wands. It's time to say that, to speak it, to stop hiding in the shadows like this person hides behind this clear sword. They probably already know that you're interested in them, pile number 3, because this sword isn't hiding anything. It's crystal. It's see-through. They can see right through it. So you could be watching this person You could be interested in them, but you haven't said anything, right? This person probably feels the same vibration as you because they operate off of this vibrational place. So it could be time to reach out, even if this is somebody that you just watch on social media. Let's say they're a celebrity or something like that. Like, honestly, it wouldn't hurt you to shoot this person a message, right? And be like, I think you're really interesting, or I like your vibe. I like your flow, right? They would certainly resonate with this. Even if they were just friends with you, I don't think that they would shut the door on you. This is saying to speak on that, deep emotion that you feel, or that vibration that you feel. Don't be afraid to come out with it, okay? Say it with your chest, like Kevin Hart says, right? Like, say it with your chest. Tell them what you mean and what you want. Be the Queen of Wands, right? She knows she's got the power to get what she wants, but also the Queen of Swords, just speaking your truth. Like, you know what? I think you're really hot, and I'd like to be in a relationship with you and have sex with you, right? Let's get weird together. What do you think about that? They would appreciate that type of confidence, okay? This is where that prince and princess that I got at the beginning, right? Like, I deserve you. I know that you're mine. That type of energy. They like that. Sees, again, this idea of depths, okay? And that's where I was getting that a-hole too, okay? So strong that some people think, are you a jerk, right? Sometimes you come off so blunt and so honest that you can come off as a jerk sometimes, okay? I think that's everything that's really, really popping out to me in the tiles. Of course, there's so many words that can be made here with this particular set of tiles, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for like what pops out to me, okay? If for some reason you think, oh, this really, really stands out for the pile, please leave that down below, because I know it helps other people. Alone and lone, like lone wolf here, is standing out to me as well, okay? Being able to be alone. If you're the kind of person that cannot be alone, if you've gone from relationship to relationship, right? And you have a hard time spending a Saturday in just watching Netflix or reading a book or taking a long bath and just focusing on the self, you might not vibe with this particular individual, okay? Last thing, I want to get some some charms for you, and we'll see what it is that we can pull with this person, okay? Let's see. Alrighty. We have buena suerte. That means good luck, right? A little elephant with a heart on it, okay? I feel like this is this sense of magic, right? If you are a gifted person in any realm, don't be afraid to show that to the world, okay? Don't be afraid to show your true self to the world, knowing, right, my heart is enough. My heart, this pink, right? Is pink here as well? Almost. For some reason, I saw like pink sea salt. Sea salt, pink sea salt, okay? This pink will show to the world. I don't need to appease anybody else. I can stand strong in my own knowing and be my own individual self, okay? I don't need anybody to complete me. I need somebody to complement me, okay? We also have what looks like a little lollipop here. I love this beautiful color. I'm sorry, I gotta keep remembering to leave them here because I'm gonna zoom in on this for you in this particular portion of the spread, okay? Sweetness, gentleness, that gentle sweetness that I had said, right? With yourself and the way that you love, not the way that you approach your life, but the way that you love. I almost get this sense of like them being chosen. They find this attractive. What I mean by that is, as I had mentioned earlier with the title of that book, Why Men Marry Bitches, right? There's a sense that like you might be a bee for everybody else, but for them, you're this soft, sweet thing. And there's a sense here that that makes them feel special, that makes them feel like a delicacy, like a dessert, right? That you would open up your sweetness to them and to them alone. They like that. It kind of strokes their ego a little bit, okay? A lot about romance here, right? This color pink, the heart, right? Love, right? That Queen of Cups energy, but also growth, letting yourself blossom individually. They find that quite appealing. I'm also getting here that they are fond of floral scents. Okay, so perhaps wearing like a beautiful, light, gentle floral fragrance would get the pheromones going in them. Okay, okay. We have the star here again. As I mentioned, this person could be in the public eye. Okay, we also have Aquarius here, right, with the idea of the star card. But this is that magic. Don't dim your shine for other people. The second that you are amenable to dimming your shine for somebody else, they think, ugh. This isn't the strong person that I thought they were, okay? The Eiffel Tower here, this to me feels a lot like about accomplishments, about always endeavoring to reach out to accomplish something new, something monumental, something that is like a tower for you, creating your own towers for growth here, okay? Obviously, Paris, this person could be Parisian or French. They could speak French. They could like the idea of you speaking to them in French. That is a great way to make love to the mind, right? Being multilingual or speaking or being bilingual, okay? We also have a unicorn. Yeah, be your own unique unicorn. This person is not looking for the status quo, okay? This unicorn here has flight. This is a chariot, Cancer energy, right? With wings, okay? Always moving, always wanting magic, always wanting adventure, always wanting to try new things. A Christmas tree. Full of wonder, right? Full of wonder, full of excitement, right? So much, even here in the Christmas tree, there's stars as ornaments here, okay? Light, being the light in the room, and always having a fresh perspective, a fresh take, a new idea, right? Not resigning yourself to constant stagnancy in your life. Another flower here. Yeah. You know, I feel like this person has been hurt in a very particular way in the past. I feel like they were with somebody that was a little bit of a narcissist in a way that they were gaslit quite a bit, okay? They had somebody that was toxically codependent on them, and there was a lot of ultimatums I'm getting here with this heart with the little medical symbol on it here, like this, okay, like a first aid, a nurse, right? And there's a sense here that not only were they gaslit, right? Well, you're not spending every moment with me, so that must mean you don't truly love me. But when they finally were like, okay, I'm here, I will spend the whole week with you and not be productive in my own life to give you what you need, right? Then they weren't met with that kind of love. They were left to kind of, it's like this person that they were with before just wanted them to be there. And then once they were there, they treated them like garbage. They were empty with the love that they actually showed. So I get that they're looking for somebody that is an opposite in this way to kind of heal their heart, okay? That actually can be independent and still show this deep emotion. Okay, be kind of like the nurse of their heart. A star here with a tree inside of it about stability. I think this is emotional stability, right? Based off of this energy here. But I also get this as growth. Okay, you're interested in ascending. You're interested in growing into the stars, of being mature, of being responsible. There's so much here about like we can't build something off of faulty foundation. Okay, this person wants somebody solid. Solidly knows what they want, solidly knows what they're going after. This is the only way for you guys to grow, and the only way for them to see you as like the star, the hope, the wish fulfillment in their eyes. Very interesting. Pile number 3, that was your reading. I know that we didn't get a lot into the sensual in this particular pile, but I'm not going to force it, okay? Clearly, that is something that comes kind of like after the fact with this particular person. In other words, you cannot seduce this person by eating a lollipop in front of them, by being sexually suggestive, okay? They need something at the foundation first before they could entertain that, okay? I'd rather just say, this is not what they're focused on, than to sell you a piece of them that isn't there clearly initially. Okay. Any questions, comments, please let me know in the comments how this resonated with you. If you find any additional meaning in the charms or in the tiles, please feel free to share that down below for everybody else as well. I thank you so much for watching today. I have a very interesting video coming out in the next 2 or 3 days roughly on the channel that I think is so unique. Not a subject that I think I've ever seen a tarot reading done on, but I want to dive into these things. I want to ask these deeper questions, right? I love doing love readings. I will be doing a lot of love readings here in the future, but I like the deeper questions too, the ascension questions, right? All right, hope that you join me for that video, and that I see you again soon, and that you take care of yourself. Bye-bye. Alrighty, if you picked pile number 4, then this is the reading for you on how it is to seduce the person that you are thinking about. Right away, I get raw power from your pile. People that are in a place of knowing and understanding their raw power are attractive to this particular individual. I get so much about fire. I didn't focus so much on the stones in the previous readings, but for your particular pile, this is really standing out to me. This beautiful red, a little bit of black, a little bit of darkness here too. This person likes people that know how to operate within their own shadow, that know how to drudge things up from within themselves, to expose those things, to not see them as weaknesses, rather as strengths, things to build from, not things to run away from. I get the sense here that this person wants you to walk in and like destroy their life in all the right ways, to almost like shine a light on the parts of their life that need ascension, right? That need growth, that need to be lit on fire almost. There's a sense of like, bring me the tower I'm getting here from this particular person. I think that they kind of want the idea of somebody that comes in and shifts their life so dramatically that it's almost like you're a force of destruction, positive destruction in their life, okay? Now, we have victory, financial constraints, and all tied up here. I was going to say this thing about raw power, right? About fire, about this burning desire. I would not be shocked if this person had some kinks intimately that they're really into, and with all tied up in this idea of constraints, right? I kind of get that sense. Perhaps this is somebody that is into something like bondage or something like that, right? And they find that very, very attractive. Now, victory here, very much like the Six of Wands energy. This person wants somebody that looks for their own victories in life and that is a little bit competitive. If you've got a competitive spirit within you, they appreciate this. Now, I also get with financial constraints here that they appreciate people that have built themselves from nothing. Even if you grew up the poorest, the one with the least education, the one that didn't have access to resources that other people have, you don't see that as an excuse to not perform, to not be victorious in your life. In fact, you see that as a blessing because it allows you to flex your true power in the world. And this sense of being able to overcome, right? You value that opportunity. If you've ever looked back at your life and you've thought to yourself, wow, this life has been quite difficult, but I've still risen like a phoenix from the ashes. This is the pile for you, okay? This is the energy that this person really, really likes. This is not to say that this person would discard you, right? If you came from a privileged background or you had a silver spoon in your mouth. The question is, what have you made from that, right? And if you've let these things in your life, these moments where you feel like you started on base 0, not even third base, not even second, first, right? Base 0 from less than nothing, right? Base -3, okay? What have you made from that? Or have you used these things as excuses on why it is that you can't move forward? They want you to exercise that power. When they see somebody exercising that power, they enjoy that. Now, I also get from this person, because there's clearly some financial ties to this particular reading, this person doesn't like wasteful people, wasteful spending. I'm getting waste not, want not, okay? If you fulfill if you're the kind of person that has to have the latest bag, the latest fashions, and that is where you get your worth from, this person doesn't value that, okay? If you're the kind of person that says, I'm going to save for a home, for actual stability, to invest, to put money into my future business, right? There's a sense of having a good, keen financial eye, being a good saver, right? Putting your money where your mouth is on your actual dreams instead of what is on trend, what is the newest thing that people are buying to kind of supplement their own value, their own sense of self-worth, excuse me, with financial things, right? With material things. Now, with All Tied Up, I want to point you to the interesting juxtaposition of these two cards, because there's something so sexy in knowing there. And then here, there's a sense of like almost being a little bit of a prude, right? This is the kind of person that is into people that are buttoned up a little tight, right? Where you don't give away all of your cards at once. There's an air of mystery about you. I also see that they might be into people that are a little bit more conservative in the way that they dress. They find something perhaps special about the body, like I'm kind of covered up a little bit. I'm not the type to go out in a skirt that shows my butt cheeks, or right, or in a pair of Speedos that shows my bulge or something like that, right? Because I feel like this temple is special, and only certain people get access to see what's underneath all of this. So they're not going to be into perhaps the people that are twerking on Instagram or something like that. There's something almost slightly conservative, like you know your power so strongly, your power of seduction so strongly, that you don't need to flaunt that, okay? You don't need to have the boobies out on display for people to find you classically sexy. In fact, it's like less is more, I'm getting, right? The less that you show of that, the more intrigued they are by that, because they know there's something deeper hidden in the surface. This person, I'm getting, right? Like when somebody puts their finger over their mouth and shushes somebody, this person likes people that keep things close to the vest, that know how to keep a secret, right? That don't feel the need to put all of their business out on social media. I'm also getting, this is kind of weird, but like people that are constantly posting like quotes that are kind of like they come off as like a sense of like, oh, I'll look at how ascended I am. But really, it's like a subtweet, or it's like a dig at somebody else, right? Depending on what they're going through. Like if every time you get an emotion about something that has happened in your life, or somebody that has done you wrong, or, right, if you're like posting things that are like supposed to come off as like you're ascended or better than them, but really it's just spiteful, malicious, right? You're trying to like low key communicate something almost, what's the term that I'm looking for? You're being passive aggressive, okay? They don't like that, okay? This is the kind of person that the truth, strength is quiet quote comes in handy for, okay? They like people that are a little bit more conservative, a little bit more hush hush about the moves that they make, about what they have, right? They don't feel the need to grandstand and to be out there talking a good game but doing nothing behind the scenes. Very, very interesting. There's so much about sexual energy that comes from this victory. They find success attractive, okay? They find people that can pull themselves up from nothing attractive, a sense of very like New York frame of mind, right? This could be like a big city person. This idea that like what really defines how sexy you are or how appealing you are is what it is that you have survived, or how hard it is that you push yourself, okay? We have the Observer here, and we have Moon Dance, yeah. This person likes to watch and then speak according to what they've learned. And instead of just blabbing about without understanding the room that they're in, this is very much like they want somebody that knows how to read a room, that is observant, right, of other people, of what they need and what they want. This reminds me of a, well, I won't give the example because I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but I had an instance in my life where somebody said something quite mean about somebody in my life, and this person is disabled, and I don't think that they realized this, that they were making they used the R word. I said I wasn't going to give the example, but here I am. They used the R word, right? And I said, well, that person suffers from this disability, so it's kind of like off that you would say that you would use that as like a cheap shot. And they were like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I didn't know. And I remember telling them that's why I always recommend knowing before speaking. And that is the energy that we get here, right? Always know before you speak. Observe the room, right? Get the temperature of the room, the temperature of the people that you're talking to before you start blabbing nonsense. It's like that saying, it's better to appear to be a fool than to open your mouth and to remove all doubt. I get that energy here. They want quiet. They want somebody that is like this moon, right? That underneath the surface, I know that there's a lot going on, and I am the person, right? Me and maybe a select group of people in your life that you really open up to about those deep, dark desires, but also those deep feelings that you have. Okay, you don't need to flex those on the world. You keep that private. Very like Piscean and Scorpionic energy here, okay? This idea of keeping secrets. I feel like they feel like secrets are seductive too, especially when it comes to your intimacy. The fact that you guys have secret kinks, secret rituals, secret play, right? Perhaps even the idea of like getting down and dirty in a closet somewhere and not letting anybody hear you, trying to get away with something like that, right? There's a sense of secrecy being like a rhythm, that something being all tied up, all constrained, that turns them on, okay? The less you talk about yourself to the outside world, the more attractive this person finds it, okay? We have physical touch is important. Yeah, lots of lust that I felt off of this. One of the reasons why I mentioned, right, that I get this sexual energy, aside from her expression, right, is because I got the Six of Wands here, and if you've been on this channel, I sometimes refer to the Six of Wands as the Sex of Wands, and we get that here, right? Physical touch is important. This person wants to have a physical connection. Interestingly enough, right, pile 3 was all about make love to my mind. This person needs a good balance between mind and body. Physical intimacy is going to be incredibly important in how you connect with this person. I almost get like a little bit of like, as I said, something darker, right? Darker, red, powerful, fire, like an eyes wide shut type of energy. Even here you can see she kind of wears a mask over her eyes, right? This person likes dark sex, like take me into a dungeon kind of intimacy. Okay, let's get the handcuffs out. Let's get the sex swing out. That kind of stuff. Okay, they have some deeper, darker fantasies. Okay, and be authentic to who you are. Yeah. This sense of like standing in your own power so much that you don't need to put on any airs about you. You don't need to change yourself depending on who is in the room. You don't need to be the talker. You're the person in the corner that's the quiet one, right? Because you know I'm strong. I don't need to be the center of attention. They find this very, very attractive, okay? You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel, okay? And then for the physical touch, for some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it, okay? I think this is a lot deeper, quite literally, literally and metaphorically. This person like loves like deep intimacy, right? Funny enough, with this observer card, because this is very like Page of Swords type energy, right? This person could be into watching like naughty movies and things of that nature. This is turning into an intimacy reading, and I want to give you a full glimpse. As I said, mind, body, heart, spirit, right? Not just body, but clearly you can see that this is important to this person. You got somebody that likes to be seduced in all ways. Mind, body, spirit, all that stuff, okay? Okay, what else? The Hanged Man. Yeah, there's that sex swing that I talked about. We also have the Hermit, quiet, introspective, okay? Show me your inner light, not the stuff that you want to show off to the world. Somebody that is patient, right? Somebody that is kind. Somebody that knows how to, as I said, observe. Get your illumination first and then speak on that illumination later. 10 of Swords here, a deep thinker. And as I said, yeah, they want you to be the tower in their life, okay? This person wants somebody that is powerful enough and strong enough in their own knowing that you have absolutely no qualms about checking them right? I get like, I will get you all the way together here energy, okay? Very like a black mom energy, right? If for those of you that are like me that grew up with women of color as mothers, you know the drill, right? Like, I will get you all the way together and tell you about yourself. I think that they like this feisty, dominant, powerful energy, okay? Somebody that isn't afraid to say, you look dumb in those shoes, right? Or you say that you want this, but I don't see you working towards it, and I'm going to check you on that, right? If you want this kind of love, then I need this from you. Somebody that isn't afraid to stand into their own power, but also somebody that uses that power in a way that teaches them something about the world that helps them to depart, right? Because you've taught them this illumination. Here's what I've learned about victory, about how to be successful in love, in career, in intimacy, in all of these different areas, material abundance in life. Here's what I've learned from looking within, from getting my own introspection and my own perspective. And here's how I can show you how to break through those things and to be this tower in your life, okay? I am somebody that brings change to you, right? Because I change, because I challenge myself in this way. They want to be challenged. They want you to be their tower. As I said in the beginning, I felt the tower here. I felt this red energy of like, destroy me in a delicious, seductive way. Make me better. Push me to fight harder, right? Push me to love harder. Push me to learn more, to experience more. This person likes the idea of you guys holding each other accountable. They want a partner that is going to push them in this way, okay? I'm getting a scene here. It's not from anything that I think that I've watched. I think that this is like them playing out like their ideal partner, okay? Of like them having a bad day, okay? And then coming home to you and saying like, it's been a hard day, I feel like I'm gonna quit. And you being like, well, the person that I married isn't a damn quitter, right? Like, who is this version of you that came home? There's almost like a tough love that they want from you, right? Where you say, let me remind you of who you are, of the person that you are, right? And then you reignite them with that fire. You reintroduce them to their own power, constantly refreshing that energy, right? Of, you're powerful. I see you guys gassing each other up, right? You can do it, babe. Like, serious power couple energy here, right? You can do it. You can accomplish it. You guys give this to each other. And that creates not just towers in your life that make you better, that keep you pushing forward, but I'm getting a sense of like new foundations, right? You build new foundations within each other, and you are your own foundations in your relationship. There's a tit for tat. There's a balance here in give and take that adds to the poverty, where it is that this person has poverty, has lack. You push them in that way. Here's all the areas that I feel where you are like a 5 of Pentacles, right? And let's push you out of your comfort zone. You could do it, babe. Like that type of motivating energy. They love that, okay? Very interesting. The 8 of Cups, yeah, and the 6 of Swords. First, this person values independence. They don't want somebody that is completely codependent on them, that needs you to spend every single waking second with them. They want somebody that has their own interests, their own things goals that they want to achieve, their own friend groups, okay? They like somebody that likes to row to something new. They don't want to remain stagnant, okay? They see stagnant energy and they say, no, I'm pushing away from that, okay? I need to build myself up. I need to go out and have new adventures here, okay? With the 6 of Swords here, this idea of moving to calmer waters. But also, I need to break through all my own BS, right? They like this energy in you. I'm constantly, it's like you're checking yourself too. You're saying, I wish I was a better runner, but I feel like I'm lazy. And you know what? I can admit that about myself. If you can admit your faults to this person, they will find respect in that. Not faults in a way, as I said earlier, where you use this as an excuse to not do anything, but faults as in, I recognize this about myself. I'm going to be my own tower. I'm going to walk away from this. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to become stronger. I'm going to row myself to the desired aspect of myself instead of staying stuck, right? Staying stuck in a previous version of myself, okay? Even if that means that this is going to be tough, that it's going to rip me apart, that it's going to shake my life up. Because I want to live my truth. I want to live my own authentic truth at the end of the day. That is the only way to truly acquire victory in life. Very nice. Somebody that likes to travel, somebody that likes the idea of adventure here, I'm getting. Nine of Cups. We also have the Four of Cups. And we have the King of Cups. Now, I don't normally, as I said before, I don't take every card at its literal meaning. Sometimes it's about the feelings that I'm getting, or the messages that I'm getting from my own guides. With this Four of Cups, though, I wonder if this person, because I get this strongly, I almost wonder if this person doesn't drink. They find like people that get drunk, or that don't keep a sober mind, right? You can have a glass of wine and feel a little loose, right? But not like overly indulgent. I feel like that is a turnoff to this person. That is something that they push away. Notice even here, right? On top of the Ten of Swords and the Tower, self-destructive. Okay, this person says, I know my power. I know that I have too much to lose in my life because I know I'm going places, right? So people that need to supplement themselves with things like drink or drugs or alcohol or things of this nature, that are constantly keeping themselves in this Ten of Swords Tower place, even if that is to spend money that you don't have, to continually get into debt, right? Whatever your addiction might be, this person has a problem with that. They don't respect that, okay? I think that they limit even things like alcohol in their life, or they don't drink at all, okay? Drinking literally is coming through very, very strongly here. You know what I'm getting here too? With this Four of Cups and this financial constraints, this idea of the Five of Pentacles, of like going without, of lack, right? If this person, let's say, goes through like your social media or something, right, and every single picture of you is at a club with a drink in your hand, they will think this person is a joke. This person does not take themselves seriously. They're more busy trying to dull their pain, trying to dull their life, trying to escape, than to do the hard work of deep self-examination, right? Of sitting in the silence. It's almost like you're trying to like mute out your own voice, okay? So if this is like, if you're like in the major party scene, this person is not going to vibe with that. They don't take that seriously. They want a person that is more serious, okay? King of Cups, emotionally mature here, okay? And the Nine of Cups here, that sense of fulfillment, of self-fulfillment, okay? They don't want to be the only thing in your life that you feel makes them happy. In fact, the closer that you draw to that, if you were to start dropping friends, start dropping your own interests, stop dropping your own pursuits, hoping that they support you financially, hoping that like your entire life can revolve around them, I feel like this will repel them. Okay, they want somebody that is emotionally mature enough to know, I cannot rely, I cannot put my whole being into somebody else. I need to invest in myself. They want that here, okay? They want somebody that seeks their own happiness, because if you're not happy, you're not going to be able to push them, right? And vice versa. And this is very important to this particular individual, to push one another, to reach heights, I'm getting here, that are super high. It's funny, I said heights here. You could be somebody that lives in a big city, because I had mentioned like New York frame of mind here. This kind of like a little bit of like hustle culture, okay? And this tower certainly could be like New York City or something like that. Even here, right? The way that these swords are stacked, it almost looks like a skyline of a big city, okay? This person could have goals like this, dreams like this, right? They want to be on top of the tower. They want somebody that is going to constantly be motivating them and pushing them in this way, because they want like a big city type of life. Very interesting. Now, I had mentioned this thing about a little bit of a kink, okay? This dungeon stuff, this, right? I think that one of the ways to really attract them in regards to the heart, okay, is by showing your heart and not what you have. Showing your beliefs, showing your goals. Those things tell this person what you love and what you are about at the base as a human being, right? Not what you have, okay? So there's a sense here of showing the things that you're obsessed with, the things that you find interesting. If you're into Polaroid pictures, show that. If you're into pottery, show that, right? If you're into creativity, then show that. If you're into building a business, show that. Don't be afraid to show those things. Lead with those things, in fact, okay? Lead with those interests, not with this picture perfect view that we have of what life is supposed to look like, what you have, who your fancy friends are, things of that nature. They want you to show them who you are, okay? And they want to know that you have your own happiness on your mind. You understand that you have to work for your own happiness. You're not expecting other people to fill the void for you, okay? I like that. I like that energy a lot. Intimately, okay? This person likes intimate settings. Again, there's a sense of shh, right? They don't want you putting their business out. Okay, they want you to quietly hold their relationship in a sacred place. Almost like you realize that you're both carrying something so precious, and the more people that you invite into it, the more opportunity that people have to sabotage that. And so you hold this relationship in a sacred place between the both of you, knowing we both have equal responsibility to carry this fragile thing. If we hand it off to other people, to the public, to the right, make it Facebook official, make it Instagram official, right? All my friends have to meet you. Everybody has to know every little intricate thing about you, about how we make love, about how, right, what your business is. There's a sense that you're handing off that gentle, fragile love to other people to allow them to break it. Okay, so this person wants you to hold this sacred, wants you to hold this secret, and that secrecy, right? That is something that gets them eroticized about you, okay? I get secret communications, okay? I get secret cues, like if they move to hold your hand and you rub the inside of your hand, you guys have like a secret code that means like I'm thinking about you in a sexual way here at the dinner table, right? I get like secret cues, secret like you pull your ear and they're like, okay, it's time to leave because my spouse wants to go and like get nasty in the bedroom, right? I get like a secret language here between you both, and knowing this adds to the eroticism of your intimate connection here, okay? I also get a lot about water here. I mean, 8 of Cups, six of Swords, right? The King of Cups, the 4 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, even the Hanged Man, all of these images, there's so much around water. This idea of wetness, of even like hearing wetness, I feel like audibly, like this person like sucking sounds and things of that nature would really turn them on. But also the idea of like having intimacy like in a pool or in water, in a bathtub, in the shower, watching you wash the dishes and you accidentally getting like a bunch of water on like a white t-shirt when you're not wearing a bra underneath, right? If you're a man, flip that scenario in a way that fits for you, right? I see that them watching, like even here, watching you in water, like gives them a sense of glee, a sense of play. Like there's something about water and intimacy that is quite healing. This is the kind of person that's gonna like want to sweat all over you. Okay, they like that idea of like sweating all over physical fluids, right? Joining together, DNA flowing together in connection. They also like the idea of dinners that are intimate, right? Dates that are intimate. If you need to be around 100 people every single time that you guys are out together, if you want to show off your friends and show off the latest club and stuff, they will be amenable to this. But at the end of the day, they like the idea of having you to themselves. I almost get like a possessive quality here, right? You guys want to be possessive with one another in the moments that you're intimate without being toxically codependent on one another. And in fact, that independence being something that makes you dependent. Because you're craving that independence, right? You're craving the strength of independence in your person. Like, wow, that's attractive. Come over, right? I feel like a very nice balance in that way in your relationship. I had mentioned the kink thing, right? And with the 10 of Swords here, even the Hanged Man, right? Sex swing, upside down sex, 69, all that good stuff, right? But even the 10 of Swords, like a little bit of pain perhaps, right? A little bit of scratching or spanking or a light slap here and there. I could see this person enjoying that as well, okay? Watching too, there's so much of a sense of observation here, right? Seeing you in a beautiful dress or a suit, watching the way that you move in a kitchen, watching how you cross your legs, or how you posture yourself when you're out with the boys, right? If you're a man, or there's a sense of like them watching your physicality, the way that you hold yourself up. If you've got great posture, for example, this person's going to find that very, very sexy, right? The way that you literally carry yourself, they like to watch you move in a way that says, I know that I am sexy as hell. I feel very confident in myself. This person enjoys that, okay? I want to get some tiles for you for some initials, but also any keywords that we find in the spread here. Some tiles I'm told to like let them shake out, and others I'm told to grab. So I just go with the flow on how I do it. Okay, with the tiles. Again, first, middle, last name, initials, and then any keywords that I see that kind of flash out to me. Beloved is coming up very, very strongly. I feel that from a sense of like, perhaps that's something that they would call you, right? There's something about the term beloved that is so, it's like romantic on a deeper level, but there's also something kind of dark about that word, isn't there? Like when I hear beloved, like I think of this could be in a romance movie or it could be in a scary movie, right? Like there's something very, very interesting about the duality of that word beloved, okay? I also get that from a sense of like holding somebody, like claiming them, knowing like without question, this is my person. There's a sense here that they want you to exercise that power, right? To say like, you're mine, right? I love that. They want you that confident, okay? Okay, we have BEEOLDDEI, ILAASE, okay? I don't want to get too into the intimacy stuff, right? But this person could be somebody that likes a nice behind, whether you're male or female, right? You want somebody with a little junk in the trunk, perhaps, because I keep seeing arse. Again, this person, perhaps they could be like English or something, because that feels like an Irish or an English thing to say, right? Instead of ASSARSE. But they could like that physically, okay? I get beloved. I get something with this beloved about like almost something poetic, something so deep that they're not just your love. They're not just, right? They're beloved. It's like there's something vintage, old, so treasured about it, okay? I also get hold, like behold, like your strength, like behold, this person is so magical, like you light up a room in this way, okay? But also like hold me down, okay? We want to hold each other down. I get bee, like queen bee, this sense of like the Nine of Pentacles energy of being confident, having your own goals, your own ambitions, okay? Being yourself, right? And then also I get bold here. They want you to be bold. They want that confidence, that raw power, that like, I know I'm the SHIT, okay? Right? Like they like that. The more confident you are, the better for this person. I'm seeing sass here. I know we don't have all the tiles for it, but I'm seeing that word sass, like that you're sassy, that you have no problem telling people like, yeah, I'm really good at this, or this is my strength, or this is my strong suit, but only if you can actually back it up with action, okay? I also see goal and goals here, like being goal oriented, okay? This word beloved, okay? I know that I keep going back to it, but there's something special about this word. I would research this word if I was you, okay? To see like, what are its origins? What does this tell you about this particular individual? But also this idea that this person could be into like poetry, right? They could be into the types of movies that like the word beloved, like the time period would be appropriate for this particular word, okay? I almost get this though from a sense of like old, like vintage, okay? As in they have a vintage spirit, a vintage vibe to them, a old soul. This is the kind of person that like likes music on vinyl because they feel like an attachment to something old is stronger than something new and trendy, okay? Something with a history. The reason that I bring that up is because it kind of feels like a soul tie. It feels like a soul tie. That's what this person is trying to communicate here, I feel. Like they want to feel like your souls are old together. We've done this before. They need that energy, okay? Even here, like all tied up here, this sense of like we've been intermingled before. We've had this victory before. This person believes in soulmates, okay? I want to get some charms out for you here as well. As I said, if you find something, because I know there's so many combinations in the tiles that we can make from this, okay? If you find something that really speaks to the reading, please don't hesitate to share it down below for other people that have picked this pile for either the tiles or the charms if I skip it, okay? Let's get some charms for you. Okay. Okay. This person could be a water sign, certainly. I think we had mentioned that there's a lot of water here, okay? We have the word sea, like the ocean. This person could be into the ocean, or again, they could be a water sign. This is about deep emotion, though, deep power, that shadow work that I had mentioned, right? Being able to access those deep emotions and not being a shallow level thinker with this particular individual. But with the anchor, though, there's a sense of like holding each other down, as I mentioned, being each other's foundations, being each other's anchors, but in a way that isn't suffocating, right? You boost each other's lives. You complement each other's lives. You are not each other's lives. I often equate this to it's actually an Alanis Morissette song called Not the Doctor, okay? This is a good song for you to listen to on like the type of independence that they're looking for. It's funny that this song has come up because she even has this line in there that says, I don't want to be your glass of single malt whiskey hidden in the bottom drawer. And we had mentioned with that Four of Cups, right, this idea of like drinking and alcohol and how this person doesn't vibe with that. Maybe they had somebody in their life that has suffered from alcoholism or something like that, and they shy away from that, okay? At the core, though, it's about codependency, okay? And she says in that same song, I believe that one and one makes two. In other words, a lot of people think that when you merge with a lover, one and one somehow makes one, like you're supposed to all of a sudden become one person. And she's saying, no, I believe that one and one, from a logical perspective, makes two, as in you're still two people. The only thing that you should share is your love, right? Of course, you can share hobbies and things like that, right? But you're not expecting this person to merge into you or you into them. And I feel that very, very strongly here with this sense of independence and of victory, okay? 1 + 1 = 2. We hold each other down emotionally. We hold each other down mentally, spiritually, right? Physically. But we don't hold each other down, as in hold each other back. We're there for each other without holding each other back, okay? A daisy here and this rose, all about blossoming, okay? I feel too, there's a sense here of like flowers. Like this person even likes unique type of flowers with unique colors. Like this is the kind of person that would be into like orchids versus a rose or something that typically represents love, okay? Something kind of random, right? And interesting. I also get mood here, interestingly enough. I get something about like setting the mood with flowers, like they want you to have an intimate spirit, right? If you were to give this person a gift, this person would value a candle, a beautifully scented candle versus a gift card or something like that, right? Something that adds ambiance and sexiness to a room or to their life that they can smell and think about you afterwards, right? Then they would something fickle. I'm getting a very interesting energy to get off of these, but that is what is coming through, okay? We also have the watermelon. Yeah, ooh, again, this idea of like they want to like, this person likes wetness. Again, I don't want to get too nasty over here on YouTube. I could do this on the private readings, but I can't do it so much on the channel, okay? Like this person likes to eat things that are wet. Let's just put it that way, okay, with the watermelon. I get that. They're very, very tied to intimacy, okay? Red hot intimacy too, red hot wet, right? Like sweet, right? With the watermelon here, think of like watermelon dripping from your mouth when you bite it on a hot day or something like that. That's how they want intimacy to feel all the time. I also get this idea of like eating something wet to like get your flower to blossom, okay? So you know where I'm going with that, okay? We have the bird, freedom. Freedom is important to them. Also a nod to travel. Angel, right? There's a sense here that you guys know that you belong to one another. There's something almost metaphysical that holds you both together. Something that can't even be explained, an energy, an emotion underneath the surface, okay? That ties you both together. We have a little windmill here. Interestingly enough, it kind of looks like one of the windmills for golf or something like that. I get this, I associate this with play, right? Be serious, but being serious doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be self-serious. There's a difference, right? You can be playful, you can be fun, you could be a slice of watermelon on a hot day and still get things done and still be productive, okay? I also see this as like winds of change. You welcome change, you welcome towers, you welcome transformation, you welcome new experiences, new people, okay? You're not closed off to these things, okay? Something that actually might be misunderstood about you, I'm getting, because you are so like people think, oh, you need to loosen up, you're buttoned up too tight, and it's like, I'm actually quite fun. You just don't see it because we haven't gotten that close, right? You're selective on who it is that you choose to show that side of you. This is just saying, just don't forget to keep having that fun. A purse here, again, somebody financially responsible. The idea of you being financially responsible to them is a turn on, okay? Like tight purse strings I'm getting here, right? But also like, if you were to say like, wow, they're like, what are you up to? And you're like, oh, I'm learning about cryptocurrency. They're going to be like, whoa, that's impressive, right? Like this thing about broadening your horizons as far as finances, because this person understands that they're going to be something, right? And they want you to be something too. And there's a sense of like, we need to be responsible and know how money works and things of that nature. And then we have the skeleton transformation. Again, death card energy here, Scorpio type energy. They want somebody that, first, that they can grow old with, right? We have old in the tiles, but also somebody that doesn't fear change, okay? Especially when that change comes from the shadow, comes from all the things that we can dredge up about ourselves and say, this is old and tired. I feel a new version of me brimming, waiting to come out that has surpassed the old version, and I have no problem shedding that old version, okay? Constantly growing, constantly changing. These are the things that this person finds sexy. Pile number 4, that was your reading. I hope that you enjoyed it, that it at least gave you something to think about, right? About what this person might be interested in, how to talk to them, how to connect with them, what they're looking for, right? Please let me know if you have any questions or comments, as I said, about the charms, or perhaps about the tiles down below. I have a very interesting, or what I feel is an interesting video coming out in roughly 2 or 3 days here on the channel about a subject that I don't think I've ever seen a reading on. I could be wrong, but I thought, oh, this would be an interesting topic. So I hope that you'll come back and you will join me for that video when it is out on the channel. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope that you take care of yourself and that I see you soon. Bye-bye.